Yeah, I'm more or less ready. You can start.
Well, can we?
Yeah, I'm only putting links in.
I will allow it.
Are
Oh,
we
thanks for
streaming?
that.
Of course we're streaming.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
Well, it doesn't show. Okay, now it shows.
No, we're not. Oh, yeah, we are.
Oh yeah, how about that? Okay, well
knew?
then we're gonna begin. Okay, here we go then. Okay.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
Come on, baby. Here we go. Here we go.
Welcome yo to the veteran gamers. Juju, Ginny, other fellas will tell you about every single game that they playing this week.
Am I wrong?
News, reviews, and an indie pick.
Sex noises.
Time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite saviors.
Oh yeah.
It's the veteran gamers.
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 Hey, what happened?
Yeah, boy.
Hello?
Switch that console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
Hello and welcome to episode 696 of the Veteran Gamers podcast.
Yay, 696. I
Now-
like vagina.
Well, I'm just saying though, Duke, it was that quiet. We could barely hear. I was like, is that a soundbite?
Well, I don't know what to tell you. Reddit is sometimes quiet. So
Is it one? Is it not one? Who knows?
I could play it again if you want to be quiet. and hear
No, we don't. It was too quiet to hear the first time. I don't think there's
Yes,
any
well.
point in you doing that again.
Speaking
yeah.
of
it.
no,
I'm gonna download it and play it louder. Screw
speaking
you.
of
I'll show you.
speaking of no point, why are we here, Stu?
This is a
I don't know.
Veteran
There's no
Gamers
point.
Podcast. We are not military veterans, people. We're veterans of the gaming lifestyle.
And we stream live on Sunday at 9. Hey,
Yeah, no.
go on.
I don't
Stu.
know.
Go on, you're the fucking host. What's the matter with you?
Yeah, come on,
I don't
Stu.
know.
do
What
it.
is the matter with you tonight?
Doing.
I'm all at sixes and sevens with all this fanning around at the beginning of the show. I think that's
Jeez.
what
No,
I couldn't.
you're
right,
not blaming
I'm
this on a
telling you, right?
spreadsheet.
We have got 2 toilets in this house. We need another one because
That escalated quickly. What the fuck? With
I
the
went for my
toilets?
pre-show wee, right, which I do every time,
Uh-huh.
right? And there were 2 people in each of the toilets, so I couldn't friggin' do
There's 2 people
my
in each of
pre-show
them.
wee.
So there was
well,
4
was a
people taking a piss in your house.
yeah,
in
there
2
was.
toilets.
No, there was a person in each of the
The hell?
toilets making them occupied, and I was like, "Are you having?" I nearly went in the drain outside. I was that like.
Who was
Sorry.
who was in the top toilet?
The top toilet was K.
Right. And was
And
it a shit?
I can't disclose whether it was a number 1 or number 2,
was
but it may well have been.
It was definitely
could
a
have
poo.
been.
Right. I'm going to
And
text
then-
Kay now saying, Stu told me that you were having a poo.
And then in the downstairs toilet was Adam,
taking a massive dump.
and that was that was a massive poo as
So
well.
there were 2 people
Luke's brother
pooing
Adam
at the same time.
was doing a big poo in a big poo in the loo. Can we just say?
That's better than pooing in the sink.
Well,
Well,
it is.
maybe.
I would be a bit worried if I came home one day and Adam had done a big log in the sink.
Have you done your pre-show wee?
I managed to, luckily, Kay came out and I managed to get the wee in.
Stu,
Otherwise,
did it stink?
I'd have had to get up
Did
and
it-
go for a frigging
God
wee
help.
and look
I'm
like
so
an old
sorry.
person.
Weren't you just talking about new listeners? Holy
yeah, I was.
shit.
Yeah. I was just asking Stu if his wife's poo smelt. Duke.
It didn't actually. It wasn't that bad.
That was
It
that.
wasn't that
Oh
bad.
my god.
Right, I'm going to text Kay
It
and
wasn't
grass
that
you up.
bad.
Dear
Oh my
Kay.
god! What a night
What a
already this is.
Can we move on, please? Somebody else have something else to talk about?
I'm going to text
Oh.
Kay and say I hope you had a great
Go on,
poo.
text
Right,
her,
okay.
text her.
Duke, what's been going on?
Yeah, what's going on in your life, Duke?
I washed the car today.
Oh,
Wow,
right,
that's exciting.
Yeah.
Did you do it naked?
But see, here's the thing. Well, the Duchess is like, you want me to take a sexy video of you? And I was like, no, that wouldn't work.
You see, you obviously didn't hear me do it naked.
Well, it's pursuant to that. The Duchess asked if she wanted me to make
Ah,
a
okay.
sexy video.
All right.
Damn. And meanwhile, I'm doing the thing you told me to do. Made
Yeah.
that audio clip a lot louder. Here we go. You ready?
Brilliant.
Sounds
It was
a lot
worth
like
the
I
wait.
like vagina Camilla, which is not what they're saying, but that's what it sounds like.
What
It
are
does
they
sound like-
saying? What are they saying?
It's
That's what they
something-
were
something-
singing at the King's coronation yesterday.
It's
apparently.
something, yeah, it's something like Regina Camilla, as in long live the Queen Camilla. But it sure sounds like something else.
It does.
It sounds like massive vagina Camilla.
No, it
Yes.
sounds to me like
Well,
I
yeah.
like vagina Camilla.
Well, right, that's
Yeah.
what the thread was on Reddit. so-
is what I'm
Right.
hearing.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
Wow.
so I washed the car,
Well, I'm
and,
glad we cleared
and
that up.
you know what? I think the problem is when I got done, like I soaped, I washed, I sprayed it down with water, then I soaped it,
Oh,
and then I
you
sprayed it down with water again.
dirty
And I
bastard.
think that because the soap kind of like dried on the car before I could wash it off, like when I rinsed it off, there's
You
still
gotta-
like stains and shit.
yeah.
So
What you need, Duke, is a power washer.
no,
That's
I'm
what
probably
you
just
need.
gonna take it to the car wash, like on the way home from school tomorrow or something.
correct. That is the correct.
That,
thing to do.
that is the correct course of action.
The other
in
thing
this
I got to do. Oh,
situation.
that reminds me. I need to get. I'm gonna put it in my phone. I need to buy a new gun for our hose because
What?
I got to wash off the
Wait a minute.
you know,
Did Duke just say he needs to buy a new gun?
For his
Am I hearing
hose.
You know, for a
Stop
hose, you
trying
know
to be
what I'm talking
funny.
about?
That's
No,
my.
No,
Nice.
it's hilarious.
That's
it's because
my
I said a
job.
thing that sounds like a different thing.
No,
Jesus
a gun
Christ.
sounds like a gun.
Yeah, but
What
it's a
do you
gun for a
call it?
hose.
It doesn't sound
What
like
do
a
you call
different
it?
thing.
Like
It's
a
the
What do you
same
nozzle.
call it?
A
word.
nozzle. A nozzle.
For
Right,
God's
a
sake.
nozzle. There you go.
An English teacher.
Anyway,
doesn't
I
know how
also
do-
need to
that
buy-
gun
Stu.
and gun is the same.
I tell you what, this might be the last show
Something
ever
else I was
tonight.
gonna buy. You wish.
Yeah, you wish.
Wow, I put flashlight down. No, it's reproducing things for some reason. Anyway, I need to buy. Oh, maybe I'll see if they have a timer for the lights. 2 things at the DIY
Jesus
shop:
Christ.
Okay.
gun for hose.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, some of my hoes need guns.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this is the video game podcast. Believe it or not, we will talk about
I
video
know.
games
Can-
eventually.
Can we all just reset and go? Look, we're all getting on. We're all fine. We're
Holy
all happy.
crap.
Okay.
I Soul Brother
Okay.
number 1.
Brother number 1.
Soul brother
Soul
in the
brother
chat. in
number
the
So,
chat,
all
in the
right.
chat.
Jesus.
In the
Why
chat.
we're all akimbo here. I don't know what's going on.
I'm not a Kimbo. I'm perfectly
You,
upright.
you've got 2 guns.
Sex noises in
Right.
Yeah, he has.
So,
Do you know? We had 12 listeners a minute ago. Now we've got 5. That's what this fucking
can you
car
blame
wreck
them?
has caused.
Can you blame them?
Yeah, really.
Seriously.
All right, somebody got story time.
No. Nothing happened ever. I cut my hair.
Nothing ever happens.
Great story.
I cut my
Where are
hair.
you going?
It used to be
Story time's
long,
over, isn't
and
it?
now it's short.
So we're gonna just go right to video games.
That's the
then.
end of the story.
That is the story.
And in the interest of shorter jingles, there you
Good.
go.
What have you been
Yeah.
playing? Redfall.
Hurry
It
up.
was okay.
Redfall.
Next.
Play my game, bitch.
What else to play? Besiege. Next. Email.
No, stop it. We're gonna talk about Redfall.
Yeah, we are.
Bitch.
Play my game, bitch.
Yeah, it's got the Breaking Bad connection. That's a good jam right here.
She does have a beautiful vagina.
Wow.
Right, Redfall, made by whom? When did this come out?
Arcane. It's
yeah,
made
made
by
by
who?
Arcane
What else did
Austin.
they do?
They also did. They've
Prey.
done Dishonored, Dishonored 2, Prey, Wolfenstein, Youngblood,
Yeah. This game feels a bit like Dishonored in some ways.
Deathloop. They did Deathloop, which is a very recent
They
game.
did.
Yeah, it
that was
wasn't
like
a good game.
Arcane Leon,
This
so
is
it's
a good game.
Austin.
They're different studios, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
these guys did Prey, and
Yeah,
All
they
right,
did.
I'm gonna say it. I expected to dislike this game. I quite enjoyed it.
you know what, dude?
I'm the
I'm
same.
fucking there with you.
I am.
Yeah, what's up?
I'll be
consensus?
honest, right? After everything I've read and all the shit it had got, I thought, oh, this
Yeah.
is gonna be fucking awful.
It's
Yeah,
almost as though
and-
all the news reports are overblown and full of
There were,
hysteria.
Yes.
there were, right?
Don't
some-
believe the hype.
Don't get me wrong. There's some issues with this game.
Yes.
Yeah. There's issues with every
But-
game.
It was fine. I
It
don't
was
know what
alright.
everyone's fucking
This
going on
game,
about.
this is fucking Borderlands.
Yeah, it is.
It's
Well,
fucking
Oh,
Borderlands.
it's not.
And
It's
I
not
did
Borderlands.
It is
It's totally
Borderlands.
Why is it Borderlands? What are you talking about?
Because you
numbers fly out
you-
their heads.
you
for
fucking
instance.
numbers come out when you shoot them. It's open world ish. It's co-op. There's loot for guns. You fuck around.
yeah, but it's
you kill
more,
stuff.
I don't
It's
know,
Borderlands
It's more
with
Dishonored than
It is.
it's
Borderlands.
it's
I
Borderlands
would've
with
loved
vampires,
to
mate.
have played this in co-op because
It's
I
a
think it would have
cross
been way
between
more fun.
Borderlands and Dishonored.
I don't think there's a little bit. The only Dishonored in this is like you can go in from the roof, you can go in from the front
you can
gate.
sneak around though. That's the nice thing about it. Is I really enjoyed the fact that it was open. And here's the other thing I'll say, and this doesn't really have to do with whether it's Borderlands or not. Who cares?
It's Borderlands.
It's the enemies were relatively easy. I really
Yeah,
liked
they were.
that. Even when you got to the vampires, they're like, you gotta hit it with a stake. You got a shotgun with a stake on the end. You just you get up to it in F, and it just takes them out. I was like,
Did you
yes.
Did you fight the siphons though?
The what?
The siphons.
No, I haven't got as far as that.
Siphons.
Well,
I fought the first underboss in the one of the first like
yeah, I fought that
neighborhoods.
guy.
yeah. Well, that's,
Which I gotta say, dude, if you're gonna be an underboss and like take over a whole neighborhood, how about you invest in a shield that covers your whole self instead of leaving part of it open when it rotates.
well,
And I just stood behind there's a post behind me here in the basement. In the basement in the game, they have one of them too. And I just stood on the other side of that, and he came running this way. I'd go that way. I'd go this way. he
yeah,
goes that
like a
way.
Betty Hill
was just-
sketch.
Yeah.
Well, I played this game for a little bit. I played the intro, and then my good friend Marsh messaged me saying, "I've also been playing Redfall for an hour or two. Do you want to join my game?"
Together?
You see,
So we
I'd have
played
liked
it
to have
co-op.
played this. I'd have liked to have had a
So
go
we,
at
we
that.
played it co-op, and
Hand. I'd like to play it co-op, Chinny. You can invite me.
Yeah, Chinny.
no, I play it with people I like. So so we played it co-op for about 3 hours, and we both came to the same agreement of this
Yeah.
is fine. Like this
It
game
is fine.
is
It's not going to
fine.
blow your cock off.
No,
right?
no, cock's still on.
But it's,
My cock
cock's
is still on. Yeah,
but
it's
it's
still there.
fine.
Hold on, let me check. It's still there.
It's still
But,
there.
It was hiding behind that pube, right? But
It
it's
wa-
but
it
but
was.
but I thought this game was solid. It is a bit janky though, because
Oh,
a lot of the
I didn't have any
reports.
jank actually.
I at first I was like,
I had
this
some
isn't
jank.
this isn't janky at all, but it is a little bit janky, especially when you play it in co-op because
Oh yeah.
it worked well. You know, it worked well. We joined each other's game. That was fine. But then Marshy couldn't aim down his sights. His cursor disappeared, and then as soon
What?
as he started using a sniper rifle, it wasn't working, and it was like the camera was too far
I
back.
had
and
some
that kind of
major jank in my game.
What did
when
you
I,
have, Stu?
When I cleared out a whole neighborhood, and then you get a thing that comes up at the side to say you've finished that bit.
Yeah,
It didn't go. It just stayed there. There was no back
Yes,
button.
yes,
It wouldn't
yes.
disappear. And you couldn't open the menu afterwards, so I couldn't go into
Yeah.
the menu for anything.
Yeah.
So I had to literally quit the game and obviously reload it.
we did a mission where you go into this house. It's actually like a really cool mission because you have to look for these dolls, and then you go into the doll house. Right, that's pretty cool.
Oh, dude.
So that's also what made me feel like it was Borderlands, because it's sort of like trippy things. But anyway, you go into this house, and then you remember in Division 2 where you had those echoes, Duke. You know those echoes,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
play them. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
fucking hate watching them
Uh-huh.
because you're just standing around watching
Yeah.
something that happened ages
Right.
ago. Anyway,
Yeah.
you see some of those in this house, and then we couldn't press the X button to activate it. And then
that's
we
frustrating.
kept on doing it, and eventually it sort of did it. But then it didn't do
Yeah.
it for me, but it did it for Marsh. But like basically, it worked itself out. It was just a bit janky
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
good.
And also,
I tried
sometimes when you
multiple
climb
times.
when you climb up a ladder, like my character went 20 foot in the air for no reason.
Yeah.
So there was little janky things with it. Little janky.
Yeah, you see,
things.
I had that happen, and then I tried restarting another mission. I tried fast traveling. I tried everything. It just stayed there. It made no difference
Okay.
whatever I did. So I literally had to quit the game.
I do want to say something about this game. Fuck cursors in menus
Yeah,
on
I hate that.
consoles.
You
I
can if you use the
fucking-
D-pad, it does
I know,
default to
I
it.
know, Stu. I know it does.
I
right?
know.
But and Destiny can just
PC Master Race.
no, it's Destiny's fault because ever since Destiny
it's
came
PC
out,
Master
no, I know,
Race.
I
I don't
know.
wanna hear that
But
shit.
No, ever since Destiny came out, every fucking console game has a cursor on the menu,
Yes,
and it's dumb
yes,
as
it
fuck.
does.
And I hate Destiny for it.
Well, you can hate Destiny because you're a hater. That's
Yeah,
what
I do
you
hate
are.
Destiny. A lot of repeated
I hate
dialogue.
these
I thought. I don't know if you guys.
Yeah, I
noticed that.
thought also, we also had the Oblivion style NCPs when they talk to you, just like stood staring at me.
Yeah, there's a little bit.
That
of
was a bit
a little
crap.
bit of that. But I liked the base. I liked.
I like the gameplay
I
loop.
like the
thought was pretty
gameplay
good.
loop. You know, you go out, do some missions. I like the environment. I like the enemies.
The drop on people and like sniping
Yes.
a couple of folks.
Marshy,
Satisfying.
Marshy like went in through the front of the cinema, and I went through the roof, and that worked out quite well.
Nice.
Even though every time you split up, your character says, "Are we playing Let's Get Killed Quickly game? We should get back together." You know what I mean? They have dialogue that acknowledges the fact
Yeah.
that you're far away from your
Right.
partner, but it plays all
All
the
the time,
and it's
yeah.
very annoying. There's a lot of accessibility things in this,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah,
very,
they
very
start
good.
off right away with, should we read the screen?
Shall
for
we
you?
read it all out for you? Da, da, da. So that's nice. I felt like the menus worked well. I
Yeah.
don't like loot games very much. This is what put me off Division and
This
Division
is
2 a
loot
little bit.
game.
It is a bit
Yeah.
looty, and a lot of the guns
Yeah.
are very similar.
Yeah, they are.
And very it's either a assault rifle, a pistol, a shotgun, or a sniper rifle,
Sniper rifle.
or a stake launcher, or a
or a
UV.
UV
launcher,
UV
or a
light.
UV,
UV light.
Yeah.
And that's about it, right? And there's just variations on that, and you don't need 58,000.
Yeah.
You acquire a lot of guns very quickly, and you have to fucking salvage them all the time.
Yep.
So I thought that was a bit of an annoying thing.
And of course, when I first started, I was like, I don't know if I should keep these or not. So
Yeah, well,
I
that's
eventually
every
realized you
every
should
loot
salvage
game's
them.
like that, isn't it? Yeah,
Right.
I did get a
yeah.
bit of a vibe of Dying Light as well. Like you've got a base where you sort of go
a little
back
bit
to.
Dying
and,
Light. Yeah, I
yeah,
think
pick
I
your
said to
missions.
Marsh like it's
Dying
kind
Light
of
with
Dead
vampires.
Islandy, isn't it? It's like
Yeah.
it's that sort of stuff.
I
But
wish there was more like customization of weapons, so you could have like I don't know circular saw
Yes.
launchers or something more fun.
yes,
Like crazy shit like Dead Island.
and maybe
Dying
there is
Light.
some of that, and we haven't got to it.
You know what I mean? Like
Maybe.
electrocuting stuff because they like the weapon customization in both Dying Light and in Dead Island was one of the funniest things because you just got these fucking crazy weapons
Yeah,
that did really crazy shit.
yeah. And maybe there
And
is
I
some
feel
of
like
that though,
it's good to do
Stu.
with that.
Maybe that is
Yeah,
coming.
maybe there is.
Yeah. Because I know
the
I
other
saw
thing-
incendiary bullets at one point.
Right, in
So there is-
Century, so yeah, so you
yes.
can light them up.
Yeah. So there's
Um,
incendiary.
the only-
incendiary.
The only other thing I didn't find that you could do, and I may just not have had the weapon to do it or something, was stealth kills. I was like, I started the game and sneaked up behind someone, and there was no prompt or anything. I'm like,
You
"Wow,
can
no."
melee
I don't
them.
think you can
You
do
can
that.
melee them.
You-
And does that work? Does that kill them instantly? Is that an instant kill?
Sometimes.
Do you know what I mean? There should be a
Like
knife in the
yeah,
back
like a
or...
press B to like crack their
Yeah.
neck. Yeah, I feel like you're right. I think
And there's
I
no proper
agree.
cover system either. There's just
There's no
like
cover
a
system.
lean
I'll
up.
tell you what I
like-
did like about it though. When you're taking people out, you'll come upon a group of enemies, human enemies, and there'll be like 4 people. You take one of them out, the others start freaking out a little bit.
Yeah.
It'll show you if they're confused, it's like an orange question mark
Yeah.
over their heads, and if they know where you are, then there's red. And I just like that little visual cue of like
Yeah.
they're onto you. Watch out.
I
I
also
yeah.
like that it's persistent. So if you've taken out a load of dudes at wherever, when you go back, it's still the same. And
I haven't
even
done
ones
that
that you've
yet.
half killed, they've still got the same health. So
Yeah.
I like that.
I
Well, that doesn't make sense though if they still have the same health because
No,
you would
but
think they would
sometimes if you
eat a apple.
fail a mission, get killed or whatever, and you respawn back, you have to
Yeah.
then do it all
fair.
again. Whereas this,
Yeah.
you're still halfway through.
It's
the
almost
mission.
as though Bethesda says we don't want to make our players angry when they're playing. Just make it cool, dudes.
Yeah, make it cool.
yeah. All I've heard about Redfall is that it's jank, it's a mess.
It's shit.
I thought as well Redfall was a Left 4 Dead thing. For some reason I heard the word Left 4
Yeah.
Dead
It looks kind of Left 4 Dead-y
at
when
some
you
point.
see it.
But so when I played it, I was expecting like a Left 4 Dead game, and then got
Yeah.
this sort of like Borderlandsy, Dishonored sort of thing. And
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this more than I enjoyed Deathloop, and people loved
Oh, yeah.
Deathloop. People went
Yeah, I'm
mad
much
for
more into
Deathloop,
this than
and
Deathloop.
nobody talks about Deathloop at all.
Nope.
So I don't know. I
Now, I
like
will say
this
there are 2 negatives I have to put out. First of all, the opening cinematic is idiotic.
and
There's
boring.
this woman talking about, oh, it would just be so much better if you just went
Yeah,
into the
these
town.
weird,
It's like, what's
like,
going on? Instead, there's like,
cartoon
she's like,
cutscenes.
they said they could help me. They said I would be saving the world. This is all my fault. They took 1 drop of blood. No, they took everything. And they show him cutting her hair. Like, they cut your hair and that's the end of everything? Like,
That's everything.
dude.
The evil
whatever.
woman at the start on the boat has no knickers
Yeah.
on. Is
That's,
that part
I'm
of the-
calling it now. I don't know, but I think that's the same person who's talking in the opening cinematic.
Is that why
They
does she
turned
have no
her into
knickers on
the-
though?
Because she's angry. She took
She's
her
a
knickers off.
vampire.
She
She
just
doesn't
took
need
them off.
knickers.
Yeah.
It's
I
not
feel
real.
like
I
most,
wear
you know,
knickers.
some vampires are the best dressed people in fiction.
Well, they can
Sometimes.
be. They
So
can be.
why is she wearing?
Charming.
I
knickers?
think she's a new
Charming.
vampire. I think eventually you turn to fashion because you don't have anything
okay.
else to pay attention to.
Because-
but this woman just became a vampire recently. She's like, ah.
You're right though, Eric, because the intro, that whole intro where it's like, oh, cutting the hair or whatever, that was all very, very boring. And even like when the
Yes.
game starts and like you just sort of lying on the floor and you're watching that now knicker woman talk to you,
Yeah.
that's very
Yeah.
boring. But then
Yeah,
when
it
you
is.
walk out as the boat and you see all that frozen sort
Yeah,
of
that's
water,
cool. I was
was
just
like,
gonna
what
say,
the
how
Ocean is
fuck?
cool
like curled
is
on
that?
itself and it's sitting there. That's really
Amazing,
interesting.
amazing.
And there's a
Like,
boat
just
sat on the top
just
of it.
let me start. Do you know what I mean? With these games, like
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
fuck.
right,
you. I like,
exactly.
well, if
Right.
if your law's good, people will find out.
And you know what? Here's the thing, though. I'll bet you anything that's someone from Bethesda going, well, we need a little bit more before we jump right in. So
Fucking
that's a
idiot.
shame, but whatever.
No, I just wanna jump
Speaking of
in.
which, hey, vampires block the sun? Oh, that's so original. Dude, that's exactly what Dawnfall's all about, or Dawnguard, whatever it is in Skyrim. So
it's also
make that
it's
something-
also a Simpsons plot as well. So
It's
you know.
also a lot of things. They ripped off a lot of
Well, the Simpsons have always done it first. No matter whatever you do, the Simpsons
Speaking-
always
Yes,
do.
that's true. That's why on South Park the guy goes, Simpsons did it.
Yeah, Simpsons. do.
The ammo is everywhere. The meds are everywhere. I really like that about the game because at first I was like, I better not use meds because I was at like 75% health, and I'm like, I don't know how often I'm gonna get a med pack. And then after like 5 minutes, it's like med pack, med pack, med pack.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes.
Yeah, again, like it's a good game. Like it's just a game that where me and Marsh can play co-op, kill some vampires. There's a bit of the quests have a little bit of story to them because I feel like if
Yeah.
you don't
put this in my father's
Yeah.
wristwatch,
Yeah,
put it
yeah.
at my mom's
Put it
grave.
there,
Like, that's
and,
cool.
get
and
this
it doesn't
doll.
have to be anything innovative.
no,
It's just but it's fun.
but it's fun. It's fun. Colin Smith in the chat says Kevin Klein, kind of South Carolina. I don't know what he's talking about there, but he also said.
I don't know.
I loved Deathloop because of the characters and their interactions. They were very well written and acted. I haven't played Redfall. The characters are pretty good in this. Look, they're fine.
Yeah.
I'm playing as the was it
Nothing great.
Layla? I think Layla, the
Yeah,
black,
I'm playing as Layla.
the black
Oh,
woman.
The
I was
umbrella
playing
in
as
the lift.
dude.
There's two
yeah.
dudes. There's three dudes.
Yeah,
No,
there
there's
is.
two
I'm playing
dudes.
as
There's
the
two
OG
dudes.
dude, the guy with the raven, because I liked
Oh,
his
yeah.
abilities best.
He's Raven. Yeah. So
You can
my
vanish. I like that. You can be
Marshy's playing as the Indian guy. I don't know what his name is, but he's
invisible. That's racist.
no, he's definitely Indian. And there's another.
No, it's
woman.
racist. You don't know his name.
No, it's just like forgetful, isn't it? I suppose. Yes. So the powers that I have are my character has like elevation, so you can put like these like fake launch pads basically, and then what was the other one? Oh, look, an umbrella,
like an umbrella
an
shield.
umbrella shield, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And the Raven one, like he can spot enemies, can't he? With the Raven, something, Duke?
Yeah, you can. It's not. The problem is that, like, if you launch it. Okay, first of all, let me say this as well. You can climb up areas very easily.
Yes.
Those who played Skyrim know that it's hard to get to the top of a mountain. But in this game, you just
Bam, bam,
there's
bam,
good parkour.
It sort of sticks to
Um,
the corners, doesn't it, and the edges?
It
very
does.
well.
Yeah. I really like it. The problem is that when you send your raven toward an area, if there's like a tree in the way, he'll just hit the tree and that's it. You got to wait for it to recharge.
Excellent.
And so you have to kind of send it up. Like, I don't know. I'm so used to drones in Ghost Recon Breakpoint
Yeah.
and that bird in Assassin's Creed Origins, right? Those are really good recon tools. This bird is just like and you keep insulting him. That's the other thing. I was like, dude. He goes, "Go earn your keep, bird brain." And it's
Yeah.
like, why are you calling him names? He's your buddy. Whatever. The point is, he doesn't have I can't tell like where. There have been times when I've sent him, ahead to look for enemies, and he doesn't identify anybody. And then like 30 seconds later, I'm in that same exact area, and there's 4 people that I'm identifying through my sniper scope. And I'm like, what are you even doing? Like, maybe I just don't know how to use it right, but it feels a little wonky.
It is, well, yeah, wonky might be a good word for it. But
Yeah, there's a bit of wonk with this game. There is.
yeah.
But like we've all sort of said, it's all right.
That's all right. Yeah, I think
alright.
this game is meant
Yes,
to be played in co-op. Colin in the chat says all the bad
Definitely.
reviews are of people playing it in single player.
Well,
I-
I play it single player, and I'm having a great time
Yeah,
because
but
it's open. There's a lot of quests,
You,
and I love that about it.
you
open world
love
game.
playing Borderlands single player, don't you? So
Yeah, and I'm a Bethesda fanboy. So,
Yeah.
So,
I
but
played single player and it was fine.
I
Although I do
Yeah, so
recognise
suck
it's
all
probably
Bob.
better in co-op.
Marsh and I, we just like games that are just they're fun in co-op. They work well, and this one's good. This one's all right. I was like, what's all the fuss about? I thought it was all right. Yeah, and we had a laugh. Like there was sort of moments in the game, kind of like Dying Light, where you could have a bit of fun and like funny things would happen, or you jump off this and whatever. Redfall gets a thumbs up from me so far.
Yeah,
I'm gonna carry
thumbs
on.
up from me.
I'm gonna carry on playing it because I really.
I
like
am
it.
going to keep playing it, yeah.
Yeah, I really like it. Really, really like it.
Well, there you go. That we very rarely agree.
Very rare.
Very rarely agree.
Cool.
Cool.
Well, that's a
good.
show. Thanks for listening,
There you
everybody.
go. Well
thanks,
done.
everybody.
In-depth discussion of Redfall. We're done. Anyway, Duke. We'll go with you, Duke. What else have you been
Yeah,
playing?
so there's this game called Rocket League that's a lot of fun. No.
Duke.
Yes.
I also played
Yes?
Rocket League this week.
No
What?
way. Are you serious? Why? Did you want to get that car that I talked about? Because I made it sound so awesome.
I don't know. Last time when you was talking about Rocket League, I was like, I haven't played Rocket
Yeah.
League for
Game is
ages.
the truth.
And so I played.
it's awesome.
I played
Did
it on
you
the
have
Xbox. I guess like it's fine. Again, I think I would enjoy it more if I was playing with people that I knew.
Well, yeah.
I just find this game very, very boring if I'm not
Oh, no way, man.
playing it with someone I know.
Well, I'm sorry you feel that way. I really love playing it, even when I'm alone.
but we could
solo queuing, as they say.
we could play it. I'm on the
Yeah, we
Xbox.
could.
We could play it, couldn't we?
Yeah, let's do it. Cross-platform, baby.
So yeah,
So yeah, but it's great. Rocket League is a lot of fun. There's nothing new to say about it this
I
week.
can hear you tapping away. dude.
No, that's not me.
Yes,
Oh, wait,
it
yes, it
is.
Yeah, it is. My teammate's an asshole. Okay,
He's playing
so,
Rocket League right now.
Other game.
Yeah, you're playing fucking
What?
Rocket League while you're doing the podcast.
No, you can't prove that.
That is so unprofessional, can I just say?
All right. The point is, I also played Guild Wars 2, which is a new game that I've never talked about before. There's nothing to say about it. And there was a game on sale that I've had on my wish list for a while called Little Big Workshop.
Okay.
And it's like similar to games you've played, like Factorio. And I was like, all right, you know what? I'm curious. Let's try this. So I tried it out, and it's how to describe it. It's exactly what it sounds like. There's these little guys who are trying to make stuff. Like you have this factory.
So it's isometric,
And
like kind of looks
It's
like The
isometric,
Sims a little
top-down,
bit.
Yeah, it looks right. It's sort of Simish in that you have, you're not really controlling the people. You're controlling the factory that they're in.
Yeah.
And you take on, jobs to build, like, what are you going to build? Chairs at one point. There's this thing about building chairs. So, you get the raw wood, and then you bring the raw wood over here, and it's just hard to explain. You get the raw wood, you bring it over here, and then there's a table, wood cutting table, where the people will cut the wood of the back of the chair, for instance, and then there's a table over here where they'll assemble the stuff together. Well, okay, fine. So that's easy if you have like two pieces. Then, and I didn't realize when I was in the marketplace, choosing what job to do, I didn't realize that it was the type of thing where it was like, you're going to have 7 pieces to this thing. Because it was still under like basic. And I was like, okay, I figure it's basic. I mean, it'll just have 2 pieces. No, this was an advanced chair now. It's got plastic. It's got metal processing. So I had to buy like 6 new pieces of machinery to process this thing. At one point, and it's cute and it's relatively intuitive at the start. At one point, there's this truck that shows up with some materials, and sorry, Colin says I only have 453 hours in Rocket League. I suck. I'm gold 2. What division is Duke? Duke is diamond 1.
Bitch.
No,
Yeah.
it's all good.
Suck it up.
It's just fun. So anyway, back to Little Big Workshop. So yeah, the truck pulled up and it had materials, and all my guys were working in the factory, and I thought they would go unload materials, but they never did. And so I got this notification like the truck driver's getting mad, and I'm like, well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So I looked to
truck driver doesn't like it when he's mad.
yeah, right. You wouldn't like the truck driver when he's
Yeah.
mad. So eventually I'm like, okay, maybe I can hire more people, and I do. And then, but by that time, the truck driver's like throwing the shit out of the truck on the
Oh.
grass. And I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. I'll just take it from the grass into the factory. No, my new worker goes and puts it from the grass into the trash. I'm like, what are you doing? Why would you do that?
Oh.
Oh God!
It's but you
honestly.
can't get the staff.
I think you need
these
to
days.
sack them, Duke.
You
Sack-
can't
know,
get the
right?
staff,
Ben.
Duke.
I wish I could. I guess I could sack them. But
You know, hopefully.
Anyway,
well,
so I was like,
luckily
alright.
they won't unionize, and you can just like cut them
I
off.
was like, I don't know what that was about, but who knows? So then I've got this chair that's got like 10 pieces to it, and part of it is metal casting, and then there's combining the metal pieces into a metal support for the back of the chair, and then you got to assemble it into the chair. They kept making more and more supports, but they never put it together the full chair. And I was just like, I don't understand why they're not putting the whole chair together. What are you doing? And I couldn't figure it out. And I was like, you know what? I haven't had any fun since I started playing this. Refund.
Bam.
Fuck out of here.
Damn,
Bam.
Bam.
just did it.
Where's the thing? Yeah, there we go.
I just want to say, fuck this game. I'm done.
So I'm done. Fuck this game.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
That's Little Big Workshop for the people that
Yep.
missed the name.
Yeah,
of
that
it.
Maybe
really
some other
wanna
people would
play
like
this
it. I
game that he
I couldn't
hates.
figure it out. Yeah.
Little Big
Did not
Workshop.
enjoy it.
It looks cute.
It's very cute, and
It
I
reminds
wanted
me.
to like it.
It looks more like Theme Hospital than it does The Sims.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of
Sort of
Theme
chunkier
Hospital,
characters, chunkier characters.
right? You know, and like Planet Coaster, you don't control the workers directly either. But
It's God
I
mode.
never
You're
had
God.
an experience.
You're God, yeah.
Right, I never had an experience in Planet Coaster where the workers were doing things that didn't make sense. You know what I mean?
No, because you
Like,
don't.
okay,
you don't have to
there's
streamline like a process, do you? In
Right, and like there's a break room in here. Okay, yes, fine. People get tired, they go into the break room, they drink coffee, whatever, they get back up. That's fine. That all made sense, and all those systems worked perfectly. But the part of actually like putting together different parts of this thing that we're building, it just got so frustrating, and I was like, fuck it. I'm not here to be all frustrated like that.
Fuck it.
Yeah, fuck
Fuck
it.
it.
Fair enough.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Alrighty, Chinny, what
Alrighty.
else have you got then?
Well, I've had a bit of a strange week when it comes to video games, Stuart.
I know it feels
Because
like
you
played
played
some?
You played
Well,
stuff.
you guys, gosh,
That's
you're
pretty
so
strange.
funny.
I know it's not like you to play more than one video game in a week.
Tell
What is
you
your
what,
problem?
I'll tell you
Certainly
what.
not like you to play 2 games that other people.
I
have
know.
played.
I played.
Well,
a
that's
game-
also true about Stu. So.
I played a game that none of us have played for bloody years.
What's that?
Yesterday, it was Peggle 2.
Oh my God. We
Yeah,
haven't
what
played
made
that
you
in a
suddenly
million
decide to
years.
play that?
I was just looking around on Game Pass and stuff, and it was pretty late. So I was like, I just want to play something just easy breezy, right? So that's why I put on Rocket League. I was like, I'm gonna play some matches of Rocket League. So I played Rocket League, and I was like, yeah, I'm still badass at Rocket League. That's fine, right? Won all my matches. Don't like to brag about it. Whatever. Then then I was like, I'll try Peggle. I haven't played Peggle for years.
Peggle, what a
And,
game.
And like on Peggle 2, there are optional objectives and there's achievements for getting these optional objectives. I was like, see how many I can get of these. And I got a few of them, but they're fucking rock hard. And the problem
Yeah.
with Peggle that I forgot, I thought that I liked Peggle, and I do, but at the same time, fuck Peggle, because it's so based on bloody luck.
There's a lot of luck in that game.
There's, I mean, obviously there are people that are very good at this game and they're better than others, but fuck me, you have to get lucky to get some of these things.
A lot of being good at it means you can tell where the ball's gonna bounce.
Yeah. And I spend a
that's
lot
a
of
skill I
my
don't give a
spare
fuck about.
time judging the angle of a ball, right?
Yes.
Because
That's
I
true,
play
you do.
a
He's
lot.
not joking, people. If you don't know, he plays a lot of snooker.
I play a lot of snooker, and me judging angles of balls is something I already spend too much time doing, and I don't want to do it in the fucking video game, right? I don't want to do it, right? Unless this becomes that. Have you watched that episode, Stu, of Red Dwarf? Do you ever watch Red Dwarf,
I
Eric?
smizzle.
A long time ago.
There's an
I don't know
episode
which-
Red Dwarf.
in Red Dwarf where they have to play pool with planets to save
Ah,
the
wow,
solar
how did I
system.
not know this?
Because
Gotcha.
there's a black hole which acts as the pocket, and Lister says, "Oh, it's just a straight bank shot in a pool tower. You know, all he's got to do is put some bottom on this planet, and then bam, it goes in." All right, and if that ever happens, that's where I can step in and say, "Hey,
Yeah, you can be
I
like,
got
I
this.
can
I
do
got it,
that
I got it."
shit.
They would probably call Ronnie, but I'm
I was just
also in
gonna
the
say,
wings.
would they not get a professional?
If the whole
snooker player?
universe depended on it, they'd probably ring Ronnie.
Yeah, but
right?
your ego. Don't think about how amazing it would feel to save the universe based on your snooker skills.
It would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was like, God, I forgot that this game relied so much on luck. So I played it a little bit. I was like, I might dip into it again. The great thing about this now is that you don't have to install these games anymore. You can just play them on the cloud. Games like Peggle, they're a piece of piss. You just put them on and that's fine. So yeah, played a little bit of Peggle. But then what I also played, and I'll put all these into one category because I played another
Just
game
keep it moving.
that we haven't talked about for bloody years, Geometry Wars 2.
Wow.
Oh, what a game!
Now,
Classic games
for
from
people
back
that-
in the
You
day.
absolutely love that game.
For people that don't know, that have not listened to this show for the 15 years that it's been going, Geometry Wars 2, which I think came out in like 2008, I'll do a little bit of Googling now, was like an addiction.
I still
Yep,
think
2008.
Yeah.
I still think this is the best twin stick shooter ever.
Well, of course it
Do you know
is.
what I was
No,
thinking
but I mean,
about.
I don't think anything has been made that's better than this. In
No,
the
no.
twin stick.
Like we're in 2023
Including
now.
Geometry
Yeah.
Wars 3.
Yeah, Geometry. They made a Geometry Wars 3. I was going to say that, Duke. Yeah, they made a Geometry Wars 3. I played it. It was for the DS only,
Yeah.
and it was okay. They definitely tried to expand it and make it
Yeah.
something more. But the problem is when you've reached perfection,
Yeah.
what do you do? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what do you do? Because
question.
Geometry, I don't even think, I was thinking, oh God, it'd be great to have a new Geometry Wars, like a modern version of it. But I look at this game now, I'm like,
It
this
still
is
looks
fucking
fucking
great.
amazing.
It's
It still looks
unbelievable.
incredible.
It has aged so well. And there
Yeah.
are
For
For
so
the
many.
record,
Go on.
Three
I'm
was made
watching
by
this now
Lucid.
and think this could have come out yesterday.
Could you
3
say?
was made by a different developer.
Yeah,
just
3
so we
was,
know.
but yeah.
It was Lucid Games instead of Bizarre.
So yeah, I look, this for a game that was added into a driving game, that was Geometry Wars 1 as a sort of joke. That is now one of like my favorite games of all time. The second one, because the first one still, I mean, it is a bit rough, the first one, but it still holds up. They improved on it so well, and they did the achievement so well. Like they like on-screen trackers came up when you were going for the achievements and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
I mean, I'm watching it now. It's just like watching a firework display,
It's
isn't it? It's
unbelievable.
it just looks amazing.
It looks like you're traveling through time when you're playing this game.
Do you know, there might be people listening to this show who are a bit younger or whatever,
Yeah.
who've never played
played
this
Geometry
game
Wars.
or heard of
It's
it.
still
Go
it's
play it,
Still
you
there. It has
twits.
to. It has to emulate a 360 console when you play it, so it gives you all the.
Yeah, and it's not on the cloud. I'm assuming you have to pay for this. It's on Game
Yeah, I
Pass,
mean,
isn't it?
I bought this when it came out, but
Yeah.
I have no idea how much it is, but it's I can I can.
You
have
can play it on PC though. It's available on Steam.
yeah, I'm sure it is, but it's £6.74 on the
Yeah.
on the Microsoft Store. Honestly, it's great, and this is what I thought while I was playing it. I was like, could I beat my high score now?
No, not a chance.
Right? You know,
Seems unlikely.
unlikely, right? But I watched a few YouTube videos, right?
Oh.
And I was watching a few YouTube videos, and I was like, because I was playing the pacifism mode, you know, the pacifism mode,
Yeah.
very famous
yeah.
mode.
Yeah.
I was playing that, and my record in pacifism overall ever, well, I must have done this when I first got it, is like 212 million or something like that, which is pretty good. It's pretty good, but it's not nowhere near. Like I think the record in the world is like 20 billion or something like that. But amongst my friends, which was the genius thing they did in Geometry Wars, they measured you against
Yeah.
your friends as one of the first
right.
games to do that.
Mm.
Amongst my friends, I'm like top, right? I'm top of the leaderboard.
Yeah.
But the
You're better than us. We get it.
I was looking online and I was like, I wonder if I can watch an expert do it and pick it up. All my attempts before I did this, by the way, my best attempt last night was 16 million. Right, that's what I got. That was my
That's
best
not too
attempt
bad.
in like about 10 goes or whatever. I watched the YouTube channel of this guy doing pacifism mode, and I was noticing some of the things that he was doing. I was like, oh, okay, he's like got this down a little bit. And he plays it really tight, and he does this thing, and he does this like little loop, and I was like, I wonder if I try that, like, And like the next go, I had like 24 million, like straight away.
Damn.
Like, and I was like, I reckon I could beat my score.
That's what's up.
I reckon I could do it. So I have like a
Ah.
little quest of like, I wonder if I can beat my score 15 years later. I wonder if I can do it. As a 37-year-old man, and that young
Yeah.
whippersnapper back then, 15 years ago, with like, there's no
Gotta get
way
served.
15 years on, Mike Chin will fucking beat me. And I fucking did. So basically, I am in a competition with myself 15 years ago.
Take that.
So fuck
younger
that
Mike.
guy, the stupid prick.
Yeah, piece of shit.
Yeah, so
Think
there
you're
you go.
so
I'm
cool.
going to try and do it. I'm going to try and beat
Right.
15
I'll be
year ago Mike.
honest. I've got faith, Ginny. I think.
I think I can do it. I think I
I
can do it.
think
I
you can
believe
do
in
this.
myself. I believe. I look, for example, my not that I want to talk about snooker every second of the day, but I do. The way I play snooker now is better than I've ever done, ever.
See, it must be maturing. You
Because-
know what I mean?
because
like a good cheese.
What it is because I've realised what it takes to like learn. Do you know what I mean? If you want to learn something properly
Yeah.
and train and do something, you've got to do these certain things. You've got to like pay attention. How can you, percentage, like gain into the percent in how good you can get and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm playing
Sure.
the best snooker I've ever
You
played
gotta
in my
train
life.
for real.
So like, I reckon with this new thinking, I reckon I can beat my score. I
Yeah,
reckon I can
I
beat
like that.
15 years ago, Mike. So
Hey?
let's give it a go. And then maybe
Give it a
I'll
go.
find a clip from 15 years ago where I'm talking about this game and we'll play it on the show next week or something. And we'll hear that cocky little twat talk.
Yeah, we
uh,
will.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Geometry Wars. I've talked enough. I have got one more game, but
I
I'll
must
talk.
admit, I'm watching this and I'm like, this dude is amazing.
It is amazing,
Guy's
yeah.
really good.
Yeah, these
It's
guys
just
on YouTube, I'll
ridiculous.
never get this good. I don't think I'll ever get this good.
I mean,
but
how
Not with that
you're
attitude.
thinking like, how has he not been hit yet by
yeah, it's
something? It's just
unbelievable.
mental.
It's unbelievable.
And he does like he almost rounds them up like sheep.
Yeah, well, that's and like this is
Oh, yeah.
deadline. This mode is deadline. I think maybe. Actually, no, it's evolved. This one's evolved. So this
Yeah,
one's a
this is
little
just
bit-
the main feed.
This is
the main
yeah.
game. Main...
So yeah, deadline is you've got 3 minutes no matter what. Doesn't matter how many times you die and all this sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm wondering if I can beat my score in pacifism. If I do that, then I'll try and beat my score in the other game types because there's like 7 other game types. We'll see. Yes. Anyway, we got somebody in the chat. We got Colin. We got James Smith.
Smizzle.
Smizzle
Yeah.
in the chat. He's from episode
UK.
25.
It is, but
Uh,
apparently he's not been listening out of it because in his last thing he said is, "I love and miss you all. Sorry, I've been away so long."
Yeah, he's been away.
He's been
He's
away.
been away.
Yeah,
He's been
he's
away.
Okay, we're
Uh,
glad you're
matter.
back.
It's-
It's
we're-
never too late to come back.
It's like we're always here, and when you need us,
Yeah.
And
you
he
listen
said,
in
"Would
when
love
you
to
do.
guest on the show." Well, your luck's in, James.
Yeah,
Because
we've
in
got
4 episodes, we're gonna have open house, man.
yeah,
Whoever-
yeah, open house.
Oh,
Anybody's
yeah.
allowed in. So
Episode 700, dude.
no, it's fine that you've been away.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I would have gone away too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would have done. I'd have gone
I'm
away
s-
after the first 5
I'm
minutes of
trapped.
the
yeah,
Tonight Show, to be
was
honest.
James on the? He was a guest on that Arkham Knight episode I did. Remember that? I did that with
yeah.
him,
Would love to be your guest on your show, like on the Arkham Knight.
and then I did that with Verbal Rob as well. I think, if my memory serves me correct. Yeah. So there you are. Oh, well, welcome back, James. Nice to
Welcome
have
back,
you back.
James.
Nothing has
back.
changed. You'll
No,
be
it's still the
how
same,
many
we're still
how many
arguing.
years? This is what I
Yeah.
want to know. How many years, James, have you not listened for, and then come back? That's what scares me about
Oh
this.
my goodness, he was in the hospital.
Oh my God! I'm
Well,
sorry to hear that.
There we go.
Glad you're feeling better. I hope you're feeling better.
Well, yeah. Well, I want to know how long
intense.
he's been gone. Anyway, right. Thanks, James, for coming back. I've been talking too long. What's next? Who's next? Go.
Yeah, I'm
Stu
next.
is up.
Fuck you two. I'm talking next
Nice.
because I've.
Am I wrong?
No.
Let me talk. I am talking. Will you let me talk? Can I talk for once?
I've been playing not a very good game, actually. It's not very good at all. Called The Last Case of Benedict Fox.
It sounds
Yeah.
brilliant.
I
though.
saw this
Sounds
on
just
Game Pass. It's a
Yeah.
2D
It's kind of a 2D...
limbo-esque Metroidvania.
2D
Is it Metroidvania?
puzzle.
Is it Metroidvania?
Yeah, it is Metroidvania. You've got to collect stuff.
It looks very pretty.
It's a very pretty game, but I don't know whether I just found it a bit irritating.
Why?
I don't know, because I felt like it wasn't like the puzzles weren't like finding shit was just seemed too much of a faff.
Right.
And I was just like, I don't know. And the voice acting's a bit over the top.
Oh my God! Why are we here?
Yes. It is a little bit like
It
that.
looks a little another world ish.
Yeah, it plays a little bit like that.
Oh,
It
that
wasn't-
map is a Metroidvania map. I'm
Yeah, it
sorry,
wasn't
that-
terrible, but it was just a bit irritating.
I was tempted with this one, Stu. I was
Yeah.
tempted to play this
I
one.
I didn't play a lot of it, and maybe that's the problem. And maybe I need
Is
to
this
play a
on
bit
Game Pass?
more.
It's on Game Pass.
Yeah, it's on Game Pass. It's on PC and on console.
I'm not playing it. I'm just curious.
Yeah, there's like, for instance, there's a radio in this room, and it has like stations like you've got to do something, and I'm trying to tune it in, and it didn't seem to do anything. I'm like, well, what?
Is
What's
it,
the point of
Stu?
that?
Is it a possibility? Not saying this is true. Just saying,
Yeah.
is it a possibility that you're a big thicker?
And maybe I'm a bit thick.
Yeah.
Maybe that is the issue. And then there's a piano, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm meant to play on the piano.
Well, if it's a Metroidvania, probably nothing at the moment. Do you know what
No,
I
I
mean? Until
know.
like you
Supposed
know,
to
you
find
get-
a melody
Yeah,
and
come
come
back.
back.
I maybe need to give it more of a chance, but
Yeah.
it just, although it's pretty, it just didn't grab me.
You know, sometimes, right? I found this with a very, very different game, but sometimes you're not in the right mindset to play it.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
Remember Dead Rising 2, right? I played that and I was like, this is trash. I don't want to play this anymore. And then I played it like a year later and I was like, this is great. I love this game. It's brilliant. So maybe you just need to like be in the right frame of mind.
Yeah, maybe I do. I might have another go at it.
It's a very good looking game.
It is.
Very good looking
It
game.
has got a lot going for it, but like I say, the voice acting was a bit OTT, and
Yes.
it was a bit wooden. It just wasn't. It was just
Wooden.
almost overacted. Does that make sense?
I know what you mean. A bit twee.
Yeah.
This was made by Rogue Games.
All right. What else have they made?
They
Is
have
anything we might even know?
made. I recognise the name. Oh no, I have no idea. They've made a game called Sociable Soccer. Harlow.
Hmm.
Super Impossible Road. Never. Oh,
Never
they're
heard
so
of
Rogue Games is a publisher.
All right. Okay.
So they're the publisher. Who is the bloody developer? Sorry about
Who
this.
is the developer?
Oh right,
of
the
this
developer
game?
is a developer called Plot Twist. Plot Twist. There's not a lot on them. There's not a lot on them.
Nope.
There's not even Plot Twist. There's no website for them.
Yeah. You
So,
see, that's always a worry.
yeah. Oh, maybe because I've
just
just
these-
googled
seems-
Plot Twist and not Plot Twist developer. Right,
Oh,
there we
maybe.
go. So Plot Twist Games, they are.
So
from a
while you're
different
looking that up,
country.
like the sense I get, some of the puzzles look like they're sort of like The Room a little bit, which is one of the best game series ever. But the best thing about The Room is you didn't really have to do a lot of backtracking and going.
No,
here
this
and
you have to
going
go
there.
backwards and forwards.
If you're gonna make a puzzle game, make a fucking puzzle game. If you're gonna make a Metroidvania, make a Metroidvania. I feel like this is trying to mush the two together.
Yeah, and also it's not always clear what you've got to do.
They are
See,
a
I can't deal with that at
a
all.
Polish developer from Krakow,
Oh man.
and then they haven't made a lot that we've heard of. Basically, they've made another game called Project Erosion. Never heard of that. Drift
No.
Zone 2, Drift Zone 1, and
Presumably they're racing games, I'm guessing.
those are racing games, and then some sort of shooting game that looks like a twin stick top down, or a tower defense. Yeah, it's a
You see,
tower
it
defense
feels
game.
it feels to me this is a developer that doesn't really have a direction, so they just keep trying different things and hope
And you know
something
what?
will
In the early
stick.
days, I think that's allowed. Do you know what I mean? Because you're like, what
Yeah.
are we doing here? Like, and what they seem to be very, very good at is making very, very good looking games.
Yeah.
Because all of these games look great. And what is the best way to make games look great? Make a car game, because they're always pretty.
Yeah, they always look good.
Drift Zone, I don't know much about it, but it just looks like, oh, it's on the PC, PS4, Xbox One, Xbox. So it's a game. They're games. You know,
Good thing for game developers.
they're a
I think.
small developer, put it that way. They haven't had a hit.
Yes.
That's basically the gist
Okay,
of
now
it.
that we know everything about that company.
I'll
and
tell you
your
what I'll
thoughts
do.
about the
For next
games
week's
too.
show, I'll give it more of a try. and
You know
see
what,
if I do better.
Stu, I'll see if I can give it a try as well. Because
Yeah, give
I'm
it a
not playing
try.
this.
no.
Fuck off. But Colin Smith says there's an Xbox game Ravenlock, which is surprisingly good.
Oh well,
I
we
just
could.
looked at it a
Hey,
little bit.
hey,
That does
maybe
look-
that's next. Play my game, bitch.
Should that be our next Play My Game?
What
Yeah,
is
let's
it?
do it.
What's that?
Ravenlock. I don't
Ravenlock?
know.
Ravenlock.
Mm.
We'll give it a go. I think that's a good.
Why
There you
not?
go.
If
Saves
it's
us
on Game
think-
Pass,
Yeah,
hey.
saves us thinking of one, doesn't it?
Yeah. And it
Let's
gets
go
it
with
out
that.
of the way
Thanks,
now.
Colin.
Thanks, Colin.
Yeah, Cole.
You're my buddy.
We'll play that for next week.
Raven
So are
Lock.
you, James. So is everyone listening.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone out there
All
playing
right.
and let us
So
know
anything
what
else
you think.
about last case of Foxman?
It's all right. Not really.
Okay.
Didn't like it.
So that's back to me then.
It is.
My game of the year last year was Dinkum,
Dinkum.
the survival game, crafting game from Australia.
Oh my God, is Dinkum
And-
2 out?
No,
Oh.
but they keep updating it. And so there's new people you can get to move into the island. There's new stuff you can craft. There's new tech you can get. And so I started another run through. And it's, it's funny. Like, you all know that I'm a big fan of starting over. My favorite thing in Minecraft is setting up a new base.
New world,
And-
baby.
Yeah, I love playing Rust over and over again, starting
Yeah.
with nothing and banging on
The start,
trees.
the
and stuff.
start's the best bit. It's all so much potential.
Absolutely. And so it is with Dinkum. And Dinkum really does a good job because you have these daily missions and, people have jobs for you to do. And they're all procedurally generated. Like, go catch me 3 spiders. And it's like, I don't give a fuck about your spiders, but I'll do it because I want the reward. So, but it's a really good example of a developer. The game's out. I think it's out. I think it's done with early access. Let me look and see if it's out of early access. But it's a great game, and no, it's still early access. The point is, it's just so well made, and there's so much cool stuff going on in it, and there's so much to do, even though it's early access, and I'm just loving it. So
nice.
Still big thumbs up on Dinkum, and if you like crafting games, if you like survival games, check it out. It's a great fun time.
Very good. It's
I
like
really
a.
don't
It,
know
this
what to
is.
say about it.
It's Animal Crossing, isn't it? Basically.
It is Animal Crossing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought.
But it's made by one guy in Australia, so good on him. And he's done a lot of great work, and he's continuing to do great work. The Reddit, the Dinkum Reddit, is really fun. People posting their cities, and it's crazy because there's so much work involved in terraforming this community. Minecraft, you can easily pick up 100 blocks without much work. This game, it takes a lot of work to terraform, and so people post their little villages, and I'm just like, God damn, that must have taken forever.
Yeah.
It's just very impressive. So
Very cool.
There you go.
yeah,
Who's next?
is that back to Chinny?
Yeah, it's back
Is it
to you,
back to me?
Chinny.
Anything else, Chinny?
Let's have a look. What did I do? Yes, God bless Camilla's vagina.
God bless Camilla.
So, I played a game called Besiege.
I think I've had this on my wish list on Steam for a while.
So this Besiege it's published by Team 17, which of Worms fame. We know Team 17 from Worms. I'm just trying to find
Yes.
out if they developed it. No.
Spiderling Studios
Spiderling
is the company.
Studios. So Besiege is a game where you have it's sort of like set in those scenes in the Matrix where they explain the Matrix to Neo and it's like infinite white. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But instead of infinite white, it's kind of infinite baby blue, right? And
Right.
you have these environments where you have like a little village or whatever that you have to fuck up,
Yeah.
right? Which
Right.
I quite like that. I like that, the idea
Yeah.
of that.
Sure.
And the way you do it is that you have to construct a vehicle using parts, kind of like Lego, right?
Right.
Or Meccano or whatever. And it's all physics based. So it's a little bit Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts, where you basically have to construct some piece of shit together and then it will drive. But the problem is, if you don't put things that make it steer, then it won't steer. It will just, do you know what I mean? So it's very, very jank.
Yeah.
So you have to have, it's kind of Kerbal Space Program-y, but you have to, like, you've got like this little village in front of you, or you've got a little obstacle that you've got to get around, like this on the screen now. He's trying to get around this mine, which he very, very just about does. And on the way, there's some sheep that, for some reason, find it upon themselves to to like run into the bomb, and it doesn't really matter how you get there as long as you get there. So
Right.
you can get there with
Sure.
one wheel, which is just what happened on the screen, and you're good to go. The problem is, it's a good game. It's like well made. It's the physics are fun and true. Do you know what I mean? You're like, I
Right.
suppose the part of this game is like putting this thing together and working it out. But I don't know if I
Right, right.
find that fun. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure if I find it fun because I'm a stupid fucking idiot. And I don't know. By the way, nobody rushed to say, no, you're not, Mike. You're very smart.
When I tried that last time, you immediately
Right.
We kind of think you are.
rejected it.
Oh,
so
fair enough. That's
fuck
fair.
you.
So I think what it needs is because the game just presents you with every tool that you can put on this vehicle, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like, here are all the things you can put on it: guns, cannons, launchers, pistons, pivots,
Right.
ball sockets, joints, braces, blocks.
Right.
I'm like, okay, but I'm a fucking idiot, you see. So I need a little bit of guidance, and it does give you a tutorial, but
Yeah.
it doesn't. It
But a
doesn't. It
pretty
does.
basic
Yeah,
tutorial,
pretty
I
basic,
imagine.
pretty quick.
Because a lot of the game, I would imagine, is like playing around with it and seeing
Yes,
what comes
yes.
of
I
adding
feel
stuff.
like there should be 2 modes in this game.
Mm,
There should be a mode where they give you everything, and say,
right.
"Hey, if you feel like you want, like you just want complete control on how to make this vehicle,
Yeah.
here you go, right?"
Yeah.
Or we just give you the stuff that we know you should
Yeah,
probably
right,
use.
right.
Right.
Sure,
And
sure,
I
sure.
feel like that would be a good intro to the game. And then
Yeah.
because what you see in the list is like wings and things that can like take off, and you're like,
Right,
I bet
right,
there's so much
right.
potential in this game. In fact, I would
Yeah,
probably enjoy watching somebody who knew what they were doing play this game more than I would actually
Sure.
playing it. So I feel like it's good, very well made, not for me. Not for me. I'm
You see,
afraid.
it reminds me-
I feel like the initial joy of it, it looks like, would be blowing stuff up, breaking stuff, driving through shit. But ultimately, that's not going to last very long. And at some point, quickly in the process, you're going to have to solve puzzles about like how to get over this and then have it do that.
Mhm.
And you know what I mean? Like, you're making machines that can adapt to several stages.
It's an
of the
engineer's wet
process.
dream.
Yeah, it's an engineering game, and it's just.
And I'm
It
not an
reminds me a
engineer.
bit of a more complicated
fast.
teardown.
It's a little bit that. It's a little
Because
bit.
teardown, like, but you don't have to build any shit. You just have to
Right.
break shit, like blow shit
Yeah.
up and get rid of
I
shit.
think I would.
I think
enjoy
you'd like
teardown
teardown
more.
better. Yeah, I think you definitely would.
Yeah.
And there's
Uh,
a story because you were a construction guy and that all fell through. So you're now a demolish guy, and then now you're doing it for like
Yeah, well,
payment.
well,
There you
fuck
go.
that game. We're not talking about that game. So
Dodgy
Besiege,
payments, man.
But you'd like it.
Besiege
like it.
is fine. It's like you guys can see it on the screen. It looks great. It looks really good. It's well made.
Sure.
It's fun. I felt like the camera controls were a bit jank and wobbly, but the whole game is a bit jank. Kind of that's like the point of it, because this guy on the screen now on this channel, he is. As soon as you sort of spawn your vehicle in, because you construct it in kind of like a pause mode, do you know what I mean? Like, so it's like,
once
as soon as
physics
you
starts,
construct it,
yeah.
all the physics take place. So sometimes you can't even fucking start because the thing that you put
Thing
together just
blows up.
falls apart or something. So
Right.
that's like funny. I can see the appeal. I can understand it.
It's a bit like Kerbal Space Program.
Yeah,
isn't it? 'Cause
it's like that. Yeah. So it's
Spend hours building a rocket and then it just
and then
like
it just
crashes
fucking
instantly.
crashes. You just build Elon Musk simulator.
Yeah.
So it's fine. I just don't think. I think what it is. This is there you go. I've got it. I wish I liked these games. I wish I was better at these games, because if I was smart, I would enjoy it. But I'm not smart. I'm an idiot. So I'm sad that I'm not very good at these games. I wish I was better at them. That's it. That's what it is.
That's it. That's the problem.
That's how I
That's the
felt with Space Engineers. I was like, I think I could see this game, but I just. And the other thing is, like, even beyond like whether you're smart or not, whether you're stupid, you're good at engineering. It's just that's not always what I want to be doing when playing a video
No.
game. You know what I mean? Like Call of Duty, pick up a gun, shoot things. Yes. Borderlands, run around, destroy stuff. Like yes. Rocket League, hit the ball in the goal.
Well,
like,
games are such
whatever you want.
games are such an active pastime. You know what I mean? I think this is why. Remember when like people watching play video games was like kind of new, and people were like, why would you want to watch people play video games?
Yeah.
And now a lot of people make a lot of money doing that stuff. It's because
Yeah, sure.
a lot of people don't want the active
Work.
the work of doing it. They
Right.
they want to just go, you know what? I just want to enjoy it. I just want to experience it, and then just sort of passively.
You
do
want
it.
to see somebody you want to see somebody who's good at it.
Yeah, and
take it on.
like or you want to see somebody who you're like minded to, and you want to experience it with them, or you like their personality or whatever, right? So I can completely get it, and in a way, you know, like I remember my niece Madeline, like she preferred to watch horror games than to play them, because they're too scary to play, but I want to see them. Do you know what I mean? And at the time, I was like, I couldn't relate to it because I was like, I want to play video games all the time. But now I sort of,
Yeah, exactly.
I know. But yeah, it's just not the type of game that I'm good at, unfortunately. So I really appreciate watching somebody else be good at this game.
Yeah, it's
I'm so
do you do
sad.
that?
I'm so sad that I've watched quite a few hours of this guy play City Skylines because he's a really good city designer. Do you know what I mean? He's like he's really good at making a city, and he's got all the mods to make all.
He doesn't look like he's very good at building siege engines. I'm
no,
just saying.
not this guy. But like this city designer,
Different guy, I assume.
he makes it's a different guy, but he makes different.
Oh, I thought it was this guy.
No, he makes different cities, and he makes them really, really in a smart way. And you're like, this is really interesting how he's made this.
I've got to say, this video is making me laugh because I'm watching this
Yeah.
dude try and even drive this vehicle without tipping it over.
Yeah,
and he
he's
tipped it over.
He's tipped it over, but he's still going. Do you know what I mean? Like even though it's tipped over, so you
It's
know,
so
and what you
funny.
can do, you can build pistons to sort of upright yourself as well. You know what I mean? It's like but look, engineering is trial and error, isn't it? So you do it, and you fail, and you do it.
I do quite like the look of it. It is quite funny.
No, it's a well-made game. It's just I don't think I'm smart enough to play it. That's all. There you are. Or I don't have the patience. I don't have the patience for it.
No, that's the thing. Right, back over to me. I'm going to talk about a non-video game.
Okay.
Because and I forgot about
Coffee
this
talk.
until you. I forgot about this until you. Oh no, it isn't. It's actually really is a non-video game.
Oh.
I remember it when you said, "Oh, I'm watching people on YouTube," and I'm like, "Oh shit, I knew there was something else I need to talk about." So we resumed our nerdy board game nights this week,
Okay.
and we played.
It's
in
the
whole-
9th highest selling multiplayer figurine-based strategy fantasy sequel game in history.
We played something totally new.
Yes.
Played something totally new.
What
because,
did you bloody play?
Well, we didn't have the usual foursome for Gloomhaven. So I suggested we have a threesome and play some Bloody Inn. So I bought this quite a while ago in a sale.
Yeah.
And
Bloody
boy,
The
boy,
Bloody
it's,
Inn.
It's called Bloody Inn. And boy, oh boy, this game is complicated, right? We were trying to work out the instructions, and it was like Lewis was reading. So it was Lewis and Dan. Lewis was reading the instructions, and we were like, we just constantly asked him to read it again. Like, and what do you do if that happens?
Gameplay Magazine called it punishingly intricate.
Yeah.
So we resorted to watching a 40-minute how to play video.
Jeez,
on
did
YouTube.
it ever occur to you that it's not fucking worth the trouble?
No, right, because
I say that as someone who played Crusader Kings too. Like, okay, fair enough.
but it made so much more sense when you saw someone actually playing the game than you.
Yeah, I feel like instruction manuals at this point are like
trying to
an
work out,
anachronism. Like,
trying to
that's
do
a
all
long
that
time ago.
reading and interpreting.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Once we knew what we were doing, this game is really good fun. So basically,
Is it though?
so you basically each player's an innkeeper, okay,
Yeah.
and the aim of the game is to murder as many patrons as you can who
Oh my
come to
goodness.
stay at your inn.
That's really bad for business, actually.
And no, because you steal the money off them. So it's
Well, yeah,
it's,
but you're eventually going to get caught for murder.
No,
well, that's
you
where
don't.
that's where this game's quite interesting. So basically, each round is a night at the inn, right? Okay. So
Ah.
different people come and stay. Now, some can be the police, so you get like brigadiers and all these people
Yeah.
who might like
Okay.
arrest you if they find a body. But
Yeah.
in the game, there's lots of options, so you can bribe the police, and if you bribe the
Ooh,
police,
okay.
they'll kill someone on your behalf, and
What?
then no, it's
Yeah.
What kind
great.
of police are you hiring to?
Yeah,
The,
well,
the
look,
game
you
is
know.
set in South
No,
Africa.
it's set in France. It's set in France.
God damn. That's
And if you pay them, obviously you pay them enough, they'll do whatever you want. So they'll get a kill. And then there's like, say you get a gardener, you can bribe them and they'll bury the corpse in the vegetable plot.
cool.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So they'll therefore get rid of it. Yeah, you see
That's
the problem with
crazy.
this on the visual podcast, we can't play any YouTube videos because we'll get copyright
get
strikes. for doing it.
Fucked in the ass.
You'll get fucked in the ass.
That's
And it took us about an hour and a half. It's quite a long game to play.
Yeah.
And I've got to give Fletch some props. His tactics were brilliant, and he just trounced us both with the amount of people he killed. And the amount
Do
of
I
money-
have to come up to Preston and have a board game night? Is that what's going to
You
happen?
should do that. You should definitely do that. That would be so much fun. But
We'll
this has
do
been
that,
fun.
but you've got to play me at snooker at the same time.
Yeah, so this was a lot of fun. I came last. I was terrible at killing
Oh,
people and getting away with it. And I think my problem was I was just too cautious. So I was trying not to leave any
You
bodies.
gotta be ruthless.
Yeah, so you can. So there's the different types of cards you've got, like the police, law enforcers, or whatever. You've got like people who build your annexes that you can bury the bodies under.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you've got to get them, but you've got to think ahead. So you've got to think like, right, if I kill this person, but you have to give up cards to do actions. So like one action will take one card, it might take 3 cards, it might take no cards. But obviously,
Right.
if it's a 3-card action, it's worth more. So you could build an annex that you could bury 3 corpses under, for instance. But it'll cost you more cards to do that. And then there's all these little sub like rules with the cards that make it so that you can make it easier for you. Honestly, Dan had it down. He just fucking thrashed us. But it was a lot of fun.
Damn.
Really enjoyed it. It was a really good night. Enjoyed the game. The Bloody
good.
Inn it's really cool. The artwork's great, and it took us way longer than 60 minutes to play it. So-
Well,
Play the bloody Inn.
I forgot about more games that I've played.
oh my
Oh
god,
my god, everyone's got all these games.
Well, on Friday, when we broke up for work, we had a bit of a gaming night at work, you
Oh, okay.
see.
How
I
about
arranged
that?
it with Jamie, who did the
You work with a
art.
bunch of nerds. Got
Well,
it.
well, everybody's a nerd for something, right? But
Yeah, we are.
so we wanted to pick games that were easy entry games because
Yes.
some people, we wanted to play games that
I mean,
would
can you imagine what kind of a dork you'd have to be to like sit and watch YouTube videos to learn how to play a game?
Exactly. So we played a game called Tricky Towers. Now, for people that don't know
Okay.
what Tricky Towers is, it's Tetris with physics.
Ooh.
Okay. So the good thing about Tricky Towers is that it's a very good local game.
So what's this on?
Yes.
This was on Steam.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So we played
a
this on
video
Steam.
game. Okay. I thought you
So
were playing
so
like a
but
card
yeah,
game.
so basically this is physics applied to Tetris. So you've got to try and build your tower as high as possible with Tetris blocks. The problem is
Right.
if you go slightly wrong, then physics come into play and start knocking these things off. You can also play at the same time. So on the screen, there's 3 people playing at the same time. We played 4 people at the same time, and you have little powers that you gain if you like have a bit of a streak or something, where you can make the other person's piece gigantic. But you can also have like positive things as well, where you can stitch pieces together so they stick together and all sorts of stuff. And the line that you've got to get to, if you don't get there, eventually it comes down because it's like, come on, hurry up and get to it.
Yeah.
But like, it's very interesting to see people play this because some people were like really, really good at making tight towers. Do you know what I mean? Like really, like sort of tight towers that was solid.
Tight.
Tight. And some people were like,
Tight.
my
Tight
first
nuts.
tower was a fucking absolute mess. But you know, it's all good fun.
So who's the winner? The one that gets to the top first?
Yeah, the person who gets to the top first. So you could be on the way, and then
right.
eventually your tower will collapse. You know, like what's
So,
just happened there.
unlike Tetris, where you have to try and stop it from getting to
wanna
the top,
get
this is
rid of
the
it.
Yeah,
opposite.
you
You've
got
got
to get to the top. Yeah,
I
So
like
this-
that.
Yeah, this is a fun local
I quite like
competitive
that.
game.
That's
This went
cool.
down very, very well. We played another game, but I've completely forgot the name of it. But it was basically
no.
like a fighting game where you hit a ball left and right, and it wasn't very good. It was
It's called Pong.
No, it wasn't that. It was like it was very hip hop and very bad.
Oh yeah.
However, so that was a hit. Tricky Towers was a hit, right?
It looks good.
Pretty good game. We also
Cool.
played another game, and this was a fucking smash.
Wow.
Go
This
on.
game was a big hit, right? It's pretty old now. It's not brand new.
Have we played this before?
We haven't played it, but my God, we was
We're going
pissing
to.
ourselves with this game. This game is called
Okay.
Mount Your Friends. Now, the internet went crazy about this game when it came
I
out.
remember this.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, I do too.
So Mount Your Friends, for people that don't know, is it's kind of like a purposely bad to control game. This game
Yeah.
came out in 2013, so it's like 10 years old at this point, right? And I've known about it, and I was like, well, we should try it because it's kind of like, you know, we want to try games that are just
Fun
funny.
and silly.
And this is this is so funny, right? Like it's still funny. I'm watching it now, and it's still funny, right? So what it is that you control the limbs of a guy, and these limbs are flying everywhere, and each limb is allotted to a button, right? And when you hold the button, all the limbs stick. So imagine the person's hands and feet are like sticky pads. Do you know what I mean? They're like sticky pads.
Right.
When you press the button, it unsticks the pad. Do you know what I mean? It unsticks it.
Right,
So therefore you can like roll around. So the hardest part was actually like getting to the goat. So you climb this goat, and then you have to get onto the goat and go as high as you can. And then once you've happy with your stance, you've got to like go above the line that's just above the goat. Once you've done that, you press start, and then you've raised the line. You've raised how high the next person has to go. So the limit, basically the challenge is the more you go, the higher you make the tower with these bodies, because they're all frozen in place, the higher the target is. And eventually, and this was a fucking smash hit. Like it was so good. And I know we're late to the party with Mate Your Friends.
This just reminds me. Do you remember those things? I don't know whether you even remember these. They were like sticky things you used to throw on your window.
Yes, and they fall down. They fall down.
Slowly fall down. It just reminds me.
So
of
if anybody
going
knows
the opposite way.
the famous game Quap, so Quap was
Quap.
this is kind of like Quap. Now I know we're 10 years too late to this, but I think us three should play this game.
I think we should do
I
that.
think this
definitely.
is a great looking,
Have a go.
good fun. And the very, very funny thing is that these are all men in kind of like speedos and stuff, and their willies are wangling around everywhere, which also
we
makes
can
it
see the willy wangling going on.
Very, very
I
funny.
can see the
had
willy
me at
wangling.
Willy Wangling.
Can I just say we've got a new chatter in the Twitch called I follow if you can burp, so I guess we should all do a belch.
I can't burp.
Not belching. No.
What do you mean you can't burp?
I was burp. I can do a real burp, but I can't fake burp.
There you go. That was
Yeah,
that was
there
a
you
burp.
There you go. Now
order.
you have to follow us because
There
you
you
just belched.
Yeah, I did a burp.
I'm not that desperate for people to follow us, so fuck you
Yeah.
and your
Pillow
burp.
Off Soft says I don't
Yeah.
think that's okay unless they consent. So yeah, there we are.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
So yes, I know. 2013 called and said hello. This game is mega old.
Wasn't this
understand.
done by the same people who did that army game we played quite a few
Totally
times?
Accurate Battle Simulator.
No, the one
No.
where
The
it was
delivery
like, it was
service
like
one?
it's Australian. It was like crazy over the top.
Oh,
Like, and
God.
everything
There have been
just
a spate of
exploded.
games like
I can't
this
remember what it's
over time
called.
that have been,
Yeah.
like,
But I'm almost
similar
sure
kinds
this is
of
the same
things.
developer who did that game.
This is made by Stegosaurus Software.
Oh, maybe it isn't then.
No, I don't
Maybe I'm
think so.
thinking of
I
someone
know
else.
what you're talking about, but it's not that. All they've done is this, basically, by the looks of it. Maybe this just made them so much. They've done a 3D version of this, apparently. So yeah, there's a 3D version of Mount Your Friends, which looks ridiculous.
Yeah, it is
So maybe
ridiculous.
we could play that. I have no idea. That might be fun. So yeah, we'll give one of these games a go.
It's the way the Willy
It's just
roast
so
wangs
silly.
around.
It's so silly. I think the 2D one is probably the better one, but we could always give the 2D one a go and then play the 3D one, and we'll come back and report. But we still need to play Power Wash Simulator, so who knows
Yeah, we
when that's
do.
going to happen.
We need to clean Lara Croft's mansion.
Yeah, Laura Croft,
right.
which is she's
I
not
know,
a Tomb
I know,
Raider.
yeah.
She's not a
It
Tomb
was
Raider.
different
She's
one.
just a
Laura.
lawyer from Manhattan.
Laura Croft.
Laura Croft. So, Mount Your Friends, very
Yeah.
good. It was a big smash hit. It went down very, very well with people that don't really play many video games
Glad to
in the
hear
office. And it was fun. So, Tricky Tales,
It does look a
Mount Your
lot of
Friends.
fun.
Fun for
Look-
the family. Obviously,
Family.
make sure there's no kids around with Mount Your Friends. 'cause
Yeah, or
they're
old people, because they're
Yeah.
always a bit offended by stuff like this, aren't
No,
they? So
I'd-
careful of
I'll
oldies.
tell you what, if my Auntie Norma was still alive, she would piss herself at this.
She would be.
She
would,
would piss herself.
she would be laughing at the wangling of
Oh
the
my
willies.
god, she'd love it.
Oh, yes, she would.
I'm going to show my mom this game and she would piss herself.
There you go.
Yes. Anyway.
Anyway, I've got one more game.
Bloody hell!
I know.
God
I know.
damn. on. What
And
the
that
hell,
game
buddy?
is Coffee Talk.
Coffee Talk.
Episode
Coffee
2,
Talk. Again with the
Hibiscus
coffee
and
talk.
something. I can't remember the
So is this like
subtitle now.
DLC?
No, this is a whole new game.
Fuck.
What?
A sequel.
So it's a sequel.
What
it's
is
a
it?
sequel.
So is this? When did Coffee Talk come out?
Last year, I think.
1983.
I think
I'm
it was last
guessing
year.
these games don't take a lot to make
Oi! I think you need to be careful what you're saying there.
because it looks
Uh,
exactly the fucking same.
And well, it isn't. It might look the same, but it
the
isn't.
writing
the
is
same.
what takes a long time.
The writing is obviously a whole new lot of stories.
Yeah, but I know, but like it's
By
like
which I mean like a week.
we wrote a script and then
Oi!
you know
Oi!
You should know better.
we put some sexy
Hey,
looking.
think about it, Fink. Writers come and go. We always need Indians.
We put some like
Now with Chat GPT, like who gives a fuck?
attractive looking man deer in it, and then
Yeah.
we're off
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, he is. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same, but it's not the same. So it's
Okay.
the same. So it looks the same,
Yeah, we
But-
got that. What's different?
But
but you've now got a draw. There was no
you had to
draw
draw
in
in
the
draw.
the coffee, didn't you?
You got it. Yeah, you did the.
No,
milk
no, no,
bar.
no, no,
Yes, you
no.
did.
An actual draw. You know, a pull it out, put stuff in it draw.
What do you
What?
mean? Like a,
Oh,
a
drawer.
draw,
Like a drawer on
Oh,
a
it's your
like on a
accent,
cupboard.
we
like a
tell.
cupboard, like okay, like
A
a,
cupboard
pull
drawer.
out drawer, like a pull
A
out.
pull
So what
out
does that
drawer.
mean? You have a drawer. So what?
So, what? Who gives a shit?
So you get items now that you can put in the drawer that you can then give to the patrons who need to get the item. that you've
Totally
got.
different now, people.
Totally different.
Yeah.
Completely different.
This sounds really fun now.
But no, it's pretty cool. It's cool because obviously you've got all the returning characters from the first game. They still come by. and have
Oh,
the-
they're so
whatever
much
they're
fun.
on.
And there's the guy who's like, hey, make me a
And-
drink that I want, and you just have to guess what it is.
And now in this game, you've got additional ingredients. So
Give me the thing from the drawer as
Wow.
well.
and you got shit in the drawer.
Oh Christ!
Oh, coffee talk. And it's just as good, man. This game,
It's not
the
so
first
good.
game was great, and I'm expecting a similar thing from this. It's longer as well because I've just seen a full
Oh, thank
playthrough
God.
on YouTube, and it's 8 hours.
Holy shit!
Because the first game probably took about 4 or 5 hours, I guess.
I don't think you could pay me to play this game.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
so
really.
good. Honestly, I love the
So
first
for people
one.
that don't know, for people
Such
that
a
have
good game. It's not
fell
even
into a
game,
Have a
coma,
It's a
life.
visual novel.
it's
is
basically you have the view of somebody working at a coffee shop and these kind of
Yeah, you're a
fantasy type.
barista.
It's like
barista.
half fantasy, half real world, and you've got a cop here that's sitting next to like a fucking vampire and some sort of like
Shit's gone down, and all the
moose
different
man.
like fancy animals and races
all
and
that.
all
It's
that
like
stuff. all live in the
fables.
same
It's like
world. Yeah.
fable. Like what's it called? The wolf's. What's the wolf?
It's called Fables. You know, the original comics are called Fables.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's
what's the
called
what's the
Fables.
wolf? What's it called?
Wolf Among Us.
Wolf Among
Wolf
Us.
Among Us.
It's that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like it's like Sleeping Beauty, but she's a massive
vampires,
prostitute or something.
werewolves. Yeah, all that kind
all
of
that sort
stuff.
of
Succubus.
Yeah, okay, fine. But it's that, and then you just talk to them, and then you make them coffee now and again. You could not pay me.
Tea. Don't forget the tea. And in this one, you've got hibiscus and blue
Stu,
pea.
I'm skipping ahead
Yeah,
for this.
actually it
I'm
is.
skipping ahead on the stream for this draw, but I can't see it.
Well, it only comes into play if you're actually got to give someone something.
I
Like for
know.
instance, Officer Geordie, who's sat in the middle of these two people here, right? He left his lighter, so there was a power cut, and he left his lighter. So I'm assuming at some point I have to give him his lighter back when he comes in again.
Oh, I
and go,
found
"Hey,
the draw. I found the draw.
Officer
yeah.
Oh,
Geordie,
thank God.
you left your lighter.
Hey,
Ah,
there
don't
you go.
forget your lighter, buddy.
Don't forget your lighter, bud.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you got items in the drawer, and like some story items. I had to give him a postcard, and you put it on the tray with their actual
Yes.
order, and you go,
Wow.
"Hey,
Here's your
you
coffee and your lighter.
go." Oh, there. See, there it is. So
There's
I
the
knew that was
lighter,
going to
yeah,
happen.
yeah.
Yeah, I knew that I had to give it him back at
So
some
judging
point.
by this, then you're 4.5 hours in.
No, because I've got the lighter. I just haven't given it him back yet.
Oh, right, okay. How many hours in are you on this thing?
Probably an hour already, hour or two.
it's
I'm,
8 hours, Stu.
I know I'm in though. It's such great. I can't see any reason why I won't finish this and play it to the end because I love the first one.
Yeah, I can't see
I
any reason why you
absolutely,
wouldn't.
once I was in that game, I absolutely spammed it. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, I'm gonna play. I was like, shall I play? No, I'm gonna play Coffee Talk. 'Cause it's so good.
Yeah.
Coffee Talk. I can't recommend it enough. I know everyone out there is looking at it and listening to this or looking at it on the stream and going, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah, pretty
really?
much. And they're right to do so.
But Susan SLH, she liked Coffee Talk.
Okay.
It's just
She
a
can be
chill visual novel, and it's well written. The characters are really cool, and it's just it looks at issues we have in the real world and applies them to this. It's good.
If you say so.
I think it's brilliant and so well written. It's really, really well written.
I'm glad you
So
like it.
play them. Play Coffee Talk
Nope,
and
not
Coffee
playing
Talk
it.
2.
Not going near this.
Hibiscus and Butterflies, man. Get it played.
Oh my.
Duke and I will never play this game.
Go on, play it. Go on, give it a
No
go. You
chance.
might like it if you try it.
Absolutely.
It's not the way you described it.
Don't be so negative
Oh,
about it.
I've just
You're the one
realised.
who made it negative.
Shoo, I've just realised that
Yeah.
you can add your face on the 3D model of Mount Your Friends.
Oh my
You can
god.
add your own
Oh, this is game changer.
It is, isn't
of
it?
the
It
year.
is.
There it is.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think that's all the games.
Is that okay?
think
So is it
that's
news
it.
time? News.
I think it's news time.
Putting news first.
Okay, this is the news everybody has been waiting for. Can I just say?
Go ahead, hit me.
Fortnite is now officially an Olympic esport.
What? Are you serious?
So Fortnite
Wait a minute. Is this the
everywhere.
first? Wait a minute. Wait.
This
Slow
wasn't
down.
on the
Have
1st
there-
of April,
No.
can I just
Wait.
say?
Stop.
Wait.
Stop it. Has
Wait.
there been any other Olympic esports?
I don't know. Let me just read the article.
I'll Google
So-
it. I'll Google it.
It says
I'm Googling
Fortnite
it
is
too.
everywhere. Rejoice playing Fortnite can put on your road to the Olympics, so teachers can no longer scold kids for sneaking in a game during class. That's how you
Sure we
win
can.
gold medals
Play
now.
better
God
games,
damn it.
kids.
The Olympics have today announced that the money printing battle royale has joined the lineup for the Olympic Esports Series 2023, taking place in Singapore next month. So there's just an esport version of the Olympics, and it is run by the IOC, the Olympic.
Yeah, it's
Right.
a
So I'm
brand.
looking at their website now, olympics.com/en/esports, and it's got virtual sports, baseball, chess, cycling, dance, motorsport. I don't see nothing about like actual video games.
Well, they are video. Well, they must be video games if it's
Virtual
the-
regatta, Gran Turismo. Okay, I guess that's like a video game. I've heard
Yeah.
of
There's a
before.
movie coming out for Grand
Just
Turismo.
Dance. I mean, Just Dance. That shows
Just
you, like,
Dance is an Olympic
on.
esport. Come on.
Okay, well then I have a lot less interest in this story now because it's like, oh yes, Fortnite's in this, but so is Just Dance. Like,
Yeah, I know. How does that even be? I could imagine it was that thing. What was that thing you used to play?
Quantum
where-
of Solace.
No, that way you used to stand side by side and it had the arrows. You know, with to like popular songs. What was it called? That I don't know. In the arcades.
Dance Dance
Talking about
Revolution.
Dance Dance Revolution.
Was it Dance Dance Revolution?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
They
yeah.
should have
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
You know, I
Yeah,
saw someone
well.
play that once and it was incredible.
They should have.
Well, yeah, people who are good at
what's
it are
what's the
very-
lightsaber game with the beats? Beat Saber.
Oh,
Beat
Beat
Saber.
Saber.
Yeah,
Yeah,
should
Beat
have
The
that.
Saber.
lightsaber game with the beats. I can't remember.
I answered my own question there.
That was a game with the beats.
With the beats. Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
Everything's going to the beat.
Yeah, I guess esports. The thing is, organisations like the Olympics, right? There's always like looking at new things. Esports is a massive thing, so they're just like,
Yeah.
how can we bloodsuck out
Right.
more money out of what we
let's
do?
see if we can be relevant.
Yeah,
by
it's
getting
be-
into this
but
new
it's-
cool
But
thing.
like, jump on it early and see what it turns into. Like, I'm not opposed to that stuff.
I'm not opposed to it, I guess. I'm just like, Fortnite, really? Like,
Well, why not? Because Fortnite is like the biggest thing in the world. So
it's popular. It doesn't make it whatever. I mean, I shouldn't throw shade. I guess like people could make fun of Dinkum, but they'd be wrong.
yeah, I've got nothing against like people making a living out of Fortnite. People already do make a living out of Fortnite, you know.
Yeah,
so like,
I've already said before, like for me, it's a shame when things like this are taking the place of, I don't know. It's not even taking the place of. It's just that, how to put it. I feel like development gets geared toward games that
Yes.
are, so competitive and so, refining little things here and there and constantly changing stuff in the game. And meanwhile, I just want to have a fun time. So
yeah,
whatever. I play for a different reason, but that doesn't mean I have to hate on people who play for other reasons.
That is true. That is true. Next up, we've got something we haven't done in a while. Is a list.
Ooh,
We like the list. We love a list. We
Oh,
love
a
the
fake
list.
list from a
Not done the
fake
list for a
floor.
while. And it's the 11 longest video game stories of all time. So
Oh,
let's see if you can
okay.
guess how long these are. Are you ready?
All right,
All right.
900 hours.
I don't know why it's 11. It's a weird number, but there you go. It's 11.
Oh, it's a good listicle.
It's a
is
long
an
list.
Odd number.
It's a long
It's a long
list.
list.
And it's a long
Number
list.
11,
This
my
is gonna take us
time.
an hour.
My time at Porsche, which you
Really?
played, Duke.
I did play. I didn't.
So
finish
how
it. It's a
long
very
do you
long
think the
game.
campaign of this game would take you to complete?
Well, if it's on this list, it's going to be more than 40 hours. I'm going
It
to say
is more.
50,
Keep going.
60.
Keep going.
I'm gonna
200.
say
Go on.
400.
No, it's not. This isn't the 11th place, so it's not going to be that crazy.
Well, you
but you
tell us
take-
how many.
70 and a half hours.
7-0. Damn.
70 and a half hours. And for a
Nuts.
completionist, so if you do everything in the game,
Yeah, well, that's just nuts.
135 hours to complete.
But that's not story, is it? 70 hours
Yeah.
counts.
70 hours.
Yeah.
Persona 4.
That
is
is
the
long,
next on
isn't
it.
it? Persona
Next
4.
on this list. Next on this
Yeah.
list.
I think that's got to be like 90 to 100.
No, it's not.
Is it not?
No, these are, to be fair, most of these going up quite incrementally, to be fair.
Okay.
So it's 72 and a half hours estimated for Persona 4.
Okay.
If you get Persona 4 Golden, completionist, 139 hours.
Right.
Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate.
Yeah.
Don't remember incrementally, so it's not going up loads.
What was Persona 4 again?
72 and a half.
85.
Oh, too much. 75. So not much more. Not much more.
Alright.
Pathfinder Kingmaker. I've never even heard of this game.
Pathfinder King.
I have. I have not played it, but I've heard of it.
It's an isometric RPG,
It's kind
apparently.
of like
Yeah.
a Diablo.
Yeah, so kind of like that. Shall I just tell you?
Go for it.
Okay. 77 and a half hours.
Jesus.
That's a lot of
There's
hours.
a nice little thing in the middle of this is how much longer have games gotten? So
Right, yeah.
I thought you were going to say how
Breath-
much longer have I got to read?
No, have they gotten?
Got to live.
Just to give you an example of this, Super Mario Odyssey is 525% longer than Super Mario Brothers.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild is 525% longer than The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that
GTA
makes sense
Depends on
because
if you suck. If you suck at it, then it takes a lot longer.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
like saying the first movies that ever came out, the old like
Those were very short.
the
Yeah, they were.
watching people walk out of a fucking train. Those are shorter than fucking Interstellar. Well, look, no shit, because we know how to do more things now.
Yeah, we do. GTA 5 is 142%.
I don't know. I like watching people come out of a train.
This is for the Rock Boy fanboy out here. Rockstar fanboy, even not
What,
Rock Boy.
GTA 5? Did you say?
GTA 5 is 142% longer than Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
There you go.
because it's fucking 3D. It has three
And it's got a
characters in it.
story,
It's got a
like the
story.
fir-
The
GTA
first one
1
was just
probably
top
didn't have
down.
much of a
You
story.
answered some phone in a phone
Yeah,
booth,
running
and it was like,
around.
"Get this guy. He's at this fucking strip club. All right, bam, done."
Bam. Number 7, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. So all these Monster Hunter games are fucking big, aren't they? 77 and a half hours. Dragon Quest 7 something. I don't know. Fragments of Forgotten Past
7 was
78.
good, yeah.
Most
7
of
was
them tend to be Japanese games, by the way.
Yeah.
This is an interesting one. Gran Turismo 4, like racing
okay.
game. It's not really a story, is it? But the
Hey,
career-
well,
Well, there can be a story in a racing game.
yeah, but there is a
Okay.
movie. There's a Gran Turismo movie
there
coming
is. It's
out.
true. It is true.
And it's
78.
got David was it Harbour?
Beckham?
The what's the guy from Stranger Things?
Oh
David
yeah,
Beckham.
David Harbour.
Yeah, he's got him.
David Beckham.
Hey, do you
Um,
want to do something crazy? Talking of racing films, have you heard about the new Brad Pitt movie?
No,
No, he's
No.
basically doing a Formula One movie. Yeah.
already done it.
Ooh,
Ron Gilbert already done
yeah,
it.
really.
Well, anyway, he's doing
Full
one.
brush. It's great.
Hold on. Well,
Watch it.
whatever. He's doing one. All
It's
right.
done. It's already done.
For
Jim's
God's sake.
mad.
So he's doing a Formula One movie, and Formula One have agreed at this year's British Grand Prix to allow him to start with the real racers in like position 9
Dude.
on the grid.
What is art and what is real life? I don't even know.
I know. So they're going to let him do that, right? And I think he's going to do 2 laps and then come off, right?
Is that for a
But-
take? Is that for a shot?
No, for in the real race. So they're going to
Yeah,
let
but,
Yeah,
are
but
they
is
doing
it
so
for
they
a-
can film it, or
is
yeah,
it-
yeah,
yeah,
they're going to film it for the
That's,
film.
well, that's what I mean. Is it like it's a take, isn't it? It's a
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah, so they're gonna, but it's not. They're not doing it outside. They're doing it
No.
within the real race.
Well, yeah.
Right. And Millie's like, that is fucking mental, because it could be absolute carnage if he fucks up.
I imagine they will give Brad Pitt some sort of training.
No, but even if they do
Nuh-uh,
that,
just here you go. Here's the keys. Good luck.
he's lining up with
Show
guys
us what
who
you got,
do
Brady.
this
I love the
week
fact that
in,
you think
week
that these
out.
cars start with keys, Dick.
Yeah, they don't sound like these. But just think about this, right? These guys are seriously racing for points and positions in the fucking table, and this dude,
Yeah, pole position. I
who's
played
not a
that.
racer at all,
Those
just
2
sits
laps
there.
won't count, sure.
Oh no, it can change a lot of shit in the first.
No, but
lap.
no, they won't count. They won't be valid laps.
No, they are. No, it's going to be part of the race.
they
So-
are.
No,
Chin,
it
come on,
won't.
it
It won't.
says in the
There's
thing.
no way.
Trust me, this is
No,
what they
no,
said is going
that's
to
not
happen.
true.
So they've
That's
got to
not
count.
true.
They're not going to pull off at the end and restart the race again.
Why
They're just gonna
not?
Carry on, because that's not what they're doing.
It's a fucking film. They'll just do
He
2
is
laps for
basically-
fun and then start the
Yeah.
race for real.
No, it's
Nuh-uh,
it's got to
Chinny.
be within the
It's
race.
in the middle of a race.
No.
It's in
He's
the
gonna
middle
do
of the
2
race.
laps and then hop out and be like,
That's
"All right,
what
here's the
they're
keys."
saying.
Go
I don't believe it.
Well, you might not believe it, but that's what's apparently happening.
Well, some people don't believe that we landed on the moon, but fuck them.
Fuck them.
does that have to do with this?
So there you go. Anyway,
Some
fuck
people
him.
believe that King Charles is their king. Fuck them.
Anyway, fuck
Camilla's
all
got a
this, right?
fantastic vagina.
My God. We'll just cut to number
Hang on,
one,
I'm getting
right?
there. Here
The
we go.
longest video.
Show us
The
your
longest-
vagina.
The longest video game story, apparently,
Yes.
is Persona 5 Royal,
Oh
right?
boy.
Which takes, just to do the story without any of the extra shit, 101 hours.
That doesn't
Jesus
seem that long.
To
I know it is
complete the
long,
game.
That's
but
not that much cheese.
it doesn't seem like that long for the longest story game.
No, it's still a long time.
I
And
feel
then to
like
complete
Fallout
it-
3 was like longer than that.
That's not longer than 101 hours just to do the story and no side missions.
I definitely played it for more than 100 hours.
Well, you did, but you were doing all the side missions. This is literally just a story, nothing else.
Literally.
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 That's
Now
because
thi-
Japanese are so fucking bad at concise storytelling.
Now, here's a bit of a shocker. That
Go
you know
on.
that crap game Atomic Heart that we thought was a bit
Oh,
terrible
yeah.
is getting DLC. They're still supporting.
Well, yeah, they
this
got to
thing.
keep it relevant.
Gotta keep it
Otherwise,
going.
what's the fucking point?
And guess what? It's going to be in an
Go on.
underwater facility.
Oh, no.
No, they've nicked off BioShock Infinite, and now they're going back to the original BioShock. Apparently,
Dude.
who knew?
Who cares about that
hell?
game? No one does.
Yeah, really.
Phil Spencer apologizes for Redfall's disastrous launch.
Well, we like it, so he doesn't have to apologise
I
to
don't know
us.
why
Don't
he's getting
apologise to
so wet
us.
up, man.
Well, he has no neck, does he? That's a big problem for him.
Ignore the haters, Phil. That's what I'm saying.
Phil, no neck, Spencer.
He said we let a lot of people down this week, and he also said, which I think is quite interesting. They do mock reviews, so when they
Yes, yeah.
release them, they do all these pretend reviews.
They get
so
they
can-
get professional reviewers to review the game before it comes out,
pretend
so they
review
can
it, so-
figure it out.
And he said it was double digits higher in the pretend reviews than the real ones, and he can't understand kind of. why
I
that
know.
happened.
I can understand why. It's because they were probably playing it on a private server. They were probably playing it with people down their necks, and also, I don't think Phil Spencer should have come down. By the way, sorry for mentioning neck, Phil Spencer. I know you haven't got one, but
No, he hasn't.
I don't think Phil Spencer should come out and go, "I'm really sorry," because everybody's fucking moaning and bitching about this game. It's fine. It's not that bad. Phil Spencer
it
should
isn't.
come out and say, "Fuck all you
Fuck you,
dickheads,"
yeah, fuck you
right?
all.
Shut
What
the
do you
fuck
know?
up. Stop moaning. It's a little bit jank. Video games are hard. Shut the fuck up. And
Yeah,
also,
fuck 'em.
I'm working on the neck. I'll get a neck. I'm sorry, I don't have a neck.
Exactly. What he really wishes is that they had developed Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah, well, he
That's
didn't.
what he wants.
He bloody didn't.
Because that has now hit over $1 billion in sales.
Is
15
James Smith in
million
the
copies.
hospital now?
If what?
Is he on
I
the
don't
hospital
know.
now?
Maybe he is.
Because he's
Why?
saying like on this ward. He's like saying things like, "Oh, on this
Maybe
ward."
he is on the ward.
Oh, right.
You do,
Hey,
do you know,
James,
weirdly, they have
James, if you're in the
Wi-Fi
hospital,
hospitals.
like just like run through the corridor naked, just for a laugh. or put your gown on backwards so your dick's out, and then just like don't even do anything. Don't even do anything.
Hey, did you know when you go for an MRI,
Yeah.
they tell you to put your gown on backwards anyway? So there you go.
All
Bit of
hanging out.
factoid.
All hanging
Factoid
out.
for you. Yeah,
I
all
know
hanging
that.
out.
I know that because I had to put bloody gown on my uncle when he had an MRI very
Yeah,
recently.
Stick it on backwards, man.
He was like, "You
So
got to
gotta
run."
do-
And I was like, "No, I haven't." I was like, "Yeah, you have." Oh, okay. Right. So anyway, that's enough about MRI scans.
So yeah, Hogwarts, $1 billion.
Billion.
Yeah, that's about it, really.
But let's not forget that $1 billion is funding somebody who hates trans people, and she is
It is
now
true.
because this is how I think it all works. She gets every penny of that. So she now has £1 billion more.
£1 billion
Which
more.
I've just had
Sorry,
word
yeah.
in. I've just had a text
Billion.
message. It says that she's going to make a massive statue about her hate towards it. So
Yeah.
I don't know how people can live with themselves playing that game. To be honest, it's
I know,
disgusting.
it is
absolutely
disgusting.
Yeah.
It is disgusting.
Well, I'm glad that game's doing well because it looks good.
It is good. It's a good game. I finished that game.
If only somebody on this show would play it.
I know, yeah. Tainted Brain
Oh, yeah.
has sent us a voice
Tainted
message
Brain.
type thing.
Brian.
Aw,
And he
yeah.
says, well, here goes. I've taken a leaf out of Jacinta's book. Cue
Okay.
Eric. My name is Jacinta. My name is Jacinta.
Her name is
Are you
Jacinta.
drunk?
Yeah, anyway. And sent an audio file. My apologies, Brian. So let's have a listen.
Let's have a gander.
All right, let's have a listen here, people.
Konnichiwa, veterans.
Konnichiwa.
So you wanted an email from Japan.
Yes.
So here goes. It was something Chinny said last week, or more accurately, Howie said something last week. That
Oh, no.
fake Irish accent of Chinny's. It wasn't bad. Sorta. Well, it wasn't really offensive, anyway. So that got
Well,
me
he obviously
thinking,
didn't do it right if it wasn't
that's
offensive,
the
because that's
accent of any
Chinny's thing.
character in any form of media.
Sorry, I'll rewind you a little bit there,
Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah, I'm
since
sorry.
Stu
I
had
need to.
talk
I'm
over
going to
you.
stop talking.
I said,
Sorta. Well, that wasn't really offensive.
It was good.
So that got me thinking, has the accent of any character in any form of media ever broken the spell for you? Could you write it out of the game or the TV show? For me, it was Lenny Henry especially Lenny Henry. Fucking hell, Lenny Henry. In that Proto-Hobbit, or is a Proto-Hobbit in The Lord of the Rings? Jesus, it was God. Every time I heard him or the others speak, a little part of me just started to wither. It just, it bloody. Anyway, enough of that. Don't want to think of it anymore.
There you are.
Just
Is that it?
Thanks for everything, guys.
Oh.
And all your answers. Good luck. Sayonara.
all right, that's it. Thank you very much, Tainted Brain. We appreciate it. I thought he might talk about what life is like in Japan, but nope. He talked
No.
about
He wants to know if we've
accents.
either watched a film or a TV show or played a video game where somebody's accent.
The show that you're
Broke the
thinking of
spell.
there, Brian, it's The Rings of Power.
It is the Rings of Power.
The show that they spent $500 million on. No joke. Spent $500 million on, and nobody's talking about it.
Yeah, it was all
Nope.
about the ending, man. Though, but everyone.
Nobody's talking about it. They spent $500 million on that show, and everybody went, "Oh yeah, that came out. Yeah, that was fine, I suppose. Like, it was all right. Very nice looking show." Yeah, watched all the episodes. I completely forgot I watched it.
I didn't watch it, so yeah, couldn't care less.
It's got Lenny Henry's in it, and he does kind of like a kind of West Country accent in it because he's a Harfoot. They called Harfoots, which is not a hobbit. They're different to Harfoots.
Okay.
They're Harfoots because they're half a foot. You get it? And they hide
Yeah,
in the
I get
bush
it.
and all that shit. Well, you can't shit on Lenny Henry, I'm afraid, Brian, because he's from about 2 miles away from where I live. So he's basically like my brother. Where but we're not related at all. Just the fact that he grew up around here. So he's from round by me. But I don't know. What was the question again? Like, do we hate? What? No.
When
What?
has an accent?
Whenever I hear a American do a British accent in a TV show or movie.
Oh right.
It's usually pretty bad. The lady that plays Bridget Jones, she did a very good job. But there aren't many. For some reason, British people can do American accents in movies and TV shows very well. No one even knows, right? The guy from The Wire, Dominic, whatever his name is, no one even fucking Idris. No one, the people when they auditioned him didn't even know he was British, right?
Yep.
And for some reason the other way.
Well, the best part was him doing a British guy doing an American accent, doing a British accent, because at one point he had to pretend to be British, and he was like, "I'm looking for a little hanky panky."
Oh, what?
Beautiful.
Yeah, and you know there are some though. Chris Pratt does a very good British.
Does he? I don't think I've ever heard him do.
Yeah, he does it on the Graham Norton show. He does a very good British. I can't really think of a show in particular.
I can think of someone who, like an actor who does really good accents, who's British, so they're not ones that are
the
crap.
question though, is it, Stu?
No, David Tennant, I think, is excellent at doing accents. You know, for different roles. I think he's brilliant at it.
What was that? Was it,
Very natural.
Jared Leto did that House of Gucci film, and he did that very race. Well, is it a race? I don't know. It's just slightly like ridiculous accent that he did, like over the top like Italian accent that he did, and everybody hated it for it. It must be weird because like Jared Leto and actors like that, they turn up, they do a thing, and they just go for it, don't they? They're just like, this is what I'm doing, day one.
Yeah.
You know, like when Johnny Depp turns up and did the Jack Sparrow, and no one really knew how he was going to play it.
Right.
I suppose as a director or a filmmaker or the producers are like, is this going to work? Is this stupid? Is this like, is this? And it turns out to be like
it's a risk.
It's a risk, yeah. So, but yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, shall we Google it? Worst American accent?
Not a TV show or a video game, but when we went on holiday to Austria. We watched an Elvis tribute act. It was on in the town square one night, and they fucking went the whole 9 yards, right? So they had security guards either side of him when he came to the stage, you know, like full on, like he really was Elvis, right? Like I am Elvis, with earpieces in, black suits on, all that, like Men in Black job. And he was obviously Austrian, but he did the full American accent. And in between songs, he'd be like,
"Hello."
Between Memphis and.
You're back.
No,
you're back. You're back.
You got frozen. Try it again.
So he would, in between songs, he'd be going, "Hey, you know, I wrote this little song between Memphis and Las Vegas, and we're on the back of the bus." And he'd have all these little stories and anecdotes about where the song originated from and all this sort of stuff. But every now and again, he would slip into a German accent. Because he was obviously
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and it was so funny. And every now and again, he would just slip. You know, he'd go from, and he sounded like Elvis. I mean, this guy was really good. But every now and again, it would just slip, and he would sing sometimes, and you could just hear the German twang in his accent. But overall, he was pretty good. But it was funny every time he just slipped out of character.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, I'm just watching a list. Apparently, someone in Prometheus is really, really bad. Dick Van Dyke in Mary Poppins is very, very bad.
Oh yeah, he was awful.
Russell Brand in Rock of Ages, and so that must be an American accent in.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that.
I don't know. Russell Crowe in the film Robin Hood. Apparently, he got like proper fucked up for that. Keanu Reeves in Dracula.
I hated that film. It was the most boring thing I've ever seen.
Don Cheadle in Ocean's 11. Paddy, he did a Cockney accent in that.
Oh yeah, he did. I remember that.
And it was pretty bad. Anne Hathaway in the film One Day. So there you are. There's a few. You're right, dude.
Blimey. You got COVID.
Right,
Stop.
No, I'm just a couple of coughs. Take it easy.
Jesus.
We got anything else for news, or are we ready to move on?
News, speak pipes.
No, we're doing emails.
Emails, speak pipes.
We're doing emails.
Do we have an email?
Yeah, we have emails.
Whoa, that ruled.
Yeah.
Email, or is it just my internet?
Your internet is screwy.
Yeah, I didn't hear the end of the intro. Anyway,
Well, it played.
Mark, we have a Mark Singh email says question time.
Hello.
Question time.
It's question time. It says evening veterans.
Hello.
Evening. What's up?
Few to ponder on.
Yes.
Question 1: have you ever had to stop playing the game because it was too scary?
Amnesia. The curse of whatever
that's
it is.
right,
Fuck
you did.
that game. God
Dark
damn.
Descent, Amnesia, Dark Descent.
Yes, that one.
No,
Ugh.
I don't
thank you.
think so. Don't think so.
I think I stopped playing Alien Isolation because it was a bit scary.
The thought of playing Alien Isolation scares me.
Yeah.
I don't gravitate towards scary games easily. They have to be brilliant. Do you know what I mean? They have to be Dead Space. They have to be Resident Evil 2, whatever, for me to try them, because otherwise I get too scared. Because I played Condemned 2 and I nearly fucking fell over. Like it was
Yeah, that game was good.
Yeah, I just couldn't.
I'll tell you what, if ever a game needs remaking, like it's that game.
Yeah.
You know, like either Condemned or Condemned 2. They were both great.
Yeah.
But
no, I don't know. I sort of slog through them really. I've stopped playing games because they're shit. I've done many times that, but
that is
not
true.
because they're scary. No.
Not the question though, is it, Chinny?
Not the question. No.
Now I know Chinny's answer to this is a definite no. Right, the next question, which is, has a game storyline ever made you cry?
No.
No,
Yeah,
I knew
it
you
feels
were
like
a no.
every other week. To the Moon. is
To the
first
Moon,
one
I
that
was
comes
going to say To the
mind.
Moon as well.
Yeah,
To the
To the
Moon's
Moon,
very
baby.
sad.
Boring.
I feel like I've played something recently
others.
where I shed a
Oh,
bit
that
of
Dragon Cancer, man. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, that's sad.
That one.
That
I was
really
bawling
sad.
my eyes out.
Yeah.
Little kid eating.
For a bonus
pancakes in
point,
heaven.
Stu or Duke,
Yeah.
what has been the closest call? What is the game that has provoked the most reaction emotionally out of me? That was genuine.
Oh, I do feel like I do feel
Like
like
you were
that.
about to quit because you were scared, or you
No,
almost
like
cried?
oh my god, like no.
But you nearly cried. Oh, I know. Red Dead Redemption,
Yeah, it is
surely.
Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, I think I
I
cried.
did cry at that
I think
one.
I cried.
I didn't cry
I
because
think I cried.
I'm a man, and being a man is all about hiding
No,
your
it's-
feelings and
yeah.
pressing
Being a
them
man is-
down.
He's being open
Yeah.
with it.
Pressing
You've
them
got it wrong.
down.
You've got it the wrong
Because
way
this is what
around.
doctors don't tell you, Stu. If you press your feelings down, they go away.
Oh, is that
There
true?
you go.
Yes.
Is that true? I never knew.
Yes,
Never
yes,
knew.
yes.
I feel like I played something recently where it made me cry, but I can't think what the hell it was.
I know what it was. It was Coffee Talk. Because
No,
you
it
had to
weren't,
play
no.
it.
Don't be so rude. No, it wasn't that.
Yeah.
I
I'm just
cried,
looking now and I can
Neocab because
see-
it was so shit.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I definitely feel like I played something recently that was quite like sad.
Kick you in the balls.
Kick you in the ball. I think it was kick you in the balls. I think that was it. No,
Oh.
I've no idea.
Robin Tate is ringing me.
Is he?
I know.
He's like.
I know what he's doing because he's got this thing where he can ring people on the podcast now, and they can, do stuff.
Okay, final question. Here we go. Excuse me. Do you think people who don't play video games can still understand and appreciate them? I think, on the whole, no. I think a lot of people.
I think they can because if they can watch people playing them.
Yeah.
I feel like, but I think people who are not interested in video games and don't play them do not understand and appreciate it. I still think they're quite negative. My wife is still very
Well,
negative.
that's
towards
your
video games.
that's your wife though, isn't it? I think.
No, but people in general, if they don't
My
really play
wife!
games, I think like they are still very negative towards it. They still think it's something that children should be doing. They don't see the point of it. They think it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
I think that's still I think it's still
hang
quite
on.
stigmatized.
Robin keeps ringing me. Let me go for like 60 seconds.
Oh, for
and come
God's
back,
sake.
'cause
Just
he's
tell him to
ringing me.
piss off.
All right, he's
Okay.
ringing me. Hang on.
Yeah.
Ring.
Put him on speakerphone.
I don't know. I feel
Put him
like-
on.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Do that. Put him on speakerphone.
He's ringing me now. Hang on.
Yeah, put him
Okay.
on speakerphone.
Right, hang on.
Hey,
Right.
he heard us talking about accents. He was like,
Right.
Yeah, he is.
Hello.
What does he want?
Hello, fella. How you?
I'm good. You're on the show. Am I on your show? Right. By the
Massive
way,
cross
hold on.
promotion.
Right. There's too much going on. Duke and Stu, they can't hear you, so you can play sound
can
effects
sorta
all you
hear
want.
We can hear him.
No, you can hear him, but they
He
can't hear
us.
you.
Yeah, they can't
right?
hear us.
So
Oh,
stop
right.
playing
So he's
fucking
gonna
sound
have to
effects.
repeat everything that we say.
So just stop talking. Robin, how are you? How's my brother? How's Greg?
He's here. He's over there. Your brother Mike says you're paying for everything. Yeah, you're paying for it. Just wanted to just check in just before this show.
We're going to
We're heading
Vegas.
off to
Yeah.
Vegas, baby.
Are we getting excited, Mike?
I'm very excited. And my wife is gutted that we're going to I don't know. We won't be, I don't know if I should tell you. We might be going to a bar that you go to late at night, right? And she's gutted because she wanted to go to one of those when we went there, and like she's like, I wanted to go to one of them, and you said you didn't want to go.
Tara wants to go to a strip club.
Yeah, basically. So like.
Well,
Yeah.
Greg live on the air got his Amazon delivery of his T-shirt, and hopefully yours will arrive shortly.
I haven't got nothing.
So, yeah, well, his T-shirt says "I love MILFs," and that's for Vegas.
Oh right. Okay. Fantastic stuff. No, I'm excited. I'm excited. Greg will notice that I haven't paid him yet, so good luck with that.
Well, according to your brother, you're paying for everything.
Yeah, well, good luck finding a hotel. In
Yeah.
Vegas, Mike, that's all I have to say.
Oh, there's loads of rooms. We'll be
staying in the room.
Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. No, I will do that soon, Greg. I just haven't done it.
Yeah, well, I'll let you get back to your show.
Yes.
And looking forward to seeing you, man.
Yes, I can't wait.
Congratulations.
Oh yeah. Oh, thank you. Yes, baby on the.
Tell Stu we said happy birthday. Yeah, happy birthday for this week. We did give him a shout out. Can't believe he's 61.
Yeah, he can hear you. He can hear you. You can't hear him, but he can hear you. Yeah. So there you are.
That's the perfect situation, isn't it? Yeah, that is oddly the perfect situation.
Yeah.
Right, we're away. Goodbye.
All right. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
There you go. Cross pollination of podcasts there.
It is. It is true, by the way. I am 61.
I know. I saw your birthday's in my calendar, Stu. I would not miss it. I know.
The 10th of May. I am an old person.
Yes, on Wednesday. Yeah.
It is.
It's in my calendar. It says
Wednesday.
Stu's birthday. 10th.
It does say Stu's birthday.
Yes, I can see.
And that's it. Thank you and good night, he says. So thank you, Mark.
Thanks,
Keep
Mark.
coming.
MS Ranger. Thanks for the question. Thanks for the
Final email tonight is from GD Chandler.
Hey, Stu, before we read that email.
Chandler, yeah.
Right. What if somebody wants to email the show? What do they do?
Oh, what they need to do is send an email to vgpodcastuk@gmail.com.
Because we had another email and we just fucked that one off, really, didn't we?
There isn't any others in my inbox because it's only Tainted Brain.
I'm just saying, look, we don't use that one anymore.
Oh no, we don't use the other one. No one sent it to their reader recently, so that's good. That's working.
Good.
I thought you meant there was another email I'd missed.
No, vgpodcastuk@gmail. Get emailing, bitches. What's the next email? Is this from
it's from
Chandler?
GG Chandler.
Chandler, darling.
Chandler, darling. And he says, play my game, bitch, Redfall. He says, dear veterans, how are you doing? Well, new week, new play my game, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Can you remember what we're playing next week, anyone? Can you remember?
Some game that begins with R.
Better check.
Kunglum.
Is it Ragnarok?
Ravenlock.
Ravenlock. Just in case we forget. Ravenlock. Anyway, he says, I was planning on playing Redfall, so this worked out very well. I've never been a huge fan of Dishonored, but I love the Prey reboot, so I was definitely interested. I played probably about 10 hours of Redfall already.
Okay.
Pretty much finishing everything in the opening areas, and in my opinion, it's fine.
Yes.
I know there's been a lot of controversy over the game, but on my Xbox Series X, I've certainly played games that look worse with more bugs and are objectively worse than Redfall.
Correct.
It feels quite empty when you're in the open world, but I think that's a stylistic choice. After all, why would vampires just be milling around the streets in this post-apocalyptic world?
Well, there are people fucking around, but you gotta take them out.
Like followers of the vampires.
Yeah.
While you can defend that choice from a narrative point of view, and in the beginning it does build tension, once you realise there's little threat to the outside of the buildings or dungeons, the end result is that it just feels empty. The guns have good variety, and staking vampires is very satisfying, but the actual first-person shooter mechanics aren't brilliant.
I would agree. I'd agree with that.
Yeah, I would agree. But as with the likes of Fallout, decent enough to be enjoyable, though. It's starting to get a bit repetitive with the missions being standard fetch carry style, and the nests have formulaic layout. And I'm not finding the special powers overly exciting, but the quests and the stories are interesting enough, so I'm keeping going with it. I'd be interested to know if this was the game the devs had hoped to make in the beginning, because for a new IP, it isn't doing anything new or bringing anything new to the genre, as far as I can tell.
That's not incorrect, but who cares? I don't really care about whether it's doing new things, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's just me.
I can tell, and I wonder if the original vision had to be stripped back.
Maybe.
Possible. With that in mind, do you think part of the reason for recent game releases not being inspiring or broken is that we're now seeing the batch of games that were in early development during COVID, or is it more the economic elements of the gaming industry are having a stronger say in what games are released, when games are released, whether they're ready or not? I think it's a bit of both.
Ready or not?
Yeah, there's they probably look at. I'm sort of guessing here, but they probably look at calendars and go, we need a game here, we need a game here, and can we push this one back? And I think with probably Microsoft these days, it's less about how much money we're going to make on this game because everything's on Game Pass. It's about how sticky will this make our customers, how long will people play this game for? So that probably influences developers and publishers. We want a game that has long tail because we don't want people to fall off a game pretty quickly. However, the ironic thing is that whenever they do release a game with a strong single player that is linear and has a start and an end and a story, they sell very, very well, like Hogwarts Legacy or Star Wars, the Jedi thing is.
Made well, though. They have to be made well.
They have to be made well, but it's almost like they concentrate longer on trying to make a game like Fortnite or with some sort of store that you can buy stuff rather than just making a fucking good game these days.
But we've just said in the news, it's made $1 billion, Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to have the backing of like it being in Harry Potter. It's probably one of the first good Harry Potter games ever made. All this sort of stuff. All the Harry Potter fans that loved him as a kid are now like adults and like 20 years old, so they've got money now. So it's like the perfect storm of like this IP is now in a perfect place to have such a good game, and it was a good game, which is good. But I think if they I prefer more single player games. Like give me more of those Star Wars Hogwarts games.
Agree.
And I almost want to play Hogwarts just because I support those games. I want to see more of those games going forward. I love single player games.
Yeah, I think it's done well enough that it's not going to be a problem.
Yeah, but then you worry like, are they going to fuck it up with some sort of store?
Well, we'll see.
Who knows?
It says thanks as always for the show, guys. Looking forward to hearing what everybody else thinks. Love Pillow, GD Chandler, sounding posher than I actually am.
Is there any more emails?
He sent a follow-up email saying, "Hi, veterans, quick update. Multiplayer is broken." Well, you've been playing it without any problems, haven't you?
But that's co-op. Is that the same thing as multiplayer?
I think that's all there is. I don't think there's an actual competitive multiplayer. It's just co-op.
So,
well, then don't call it multiplayer if it's not multiplayer.
Well, it's competitive. Co-operative multiplayer. I don't fucking know anymore.
I'm just playing with you.
And that's it for the email. So thank you very much.
We have a couple of Discordy things.
Oh snap!
Of course,
we got all the things tonight, baby.
Discord.
And that's it.
Fantastic. So we're talking Redfall again. I asked on the Discord, anybody played Redfall? What do they think? Pillowsoft said.
That's him.
Yeah, I know. But he said it again. Right. He said...
he said something on the emails.
He said, I sent a fucking email. Read it. No, he didn't.
Yeah, just read the email.
He said, not sure it's quite the game they'd hope to make at the start. Blah, 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 blah. That's kind of is what he said.
It's basically what he said in his email.
SLH, or Susan, as we know, the lovely Susan, says, kind of meh. Controls not awesome. Graphics a bit buggy. Disappointing. She's not happy. Delbot recently joined our Discord server, so hello to Delbot. It felt okay, a little old school. I stopped about an hour in as I saw huge bugs in the reviews, so I thought it best to wait until they're fixed. Was looking forward to this one. I gave in and I bought Jedi Survivors instead and not found it to be too buggy so far. Pillowsoft then replied saying he's playing on the Series X. He's not seeing that much bugs, but he's not got to the second map yet. And then Ricey55 says it was on the top of my hype list last E3, but not sure from all the talk now. Haven't tried it though.
Yeah, but you know what? They made it look fucking cool at the
E3. Wait. So yeah. So this. Yeah. You know, join our Discord. We're chatting in there.
Yeah,
we're talking in there.
Join it.
Yeah, get on the fucking Discord.
What are you doing? You can get on
You
an
wanna
app on
be
your
cool,
phone.
don't you? All the cool people are hanging out in our
But I'm not on the Discord. Well,
Exactly.
fucking get on it then.
Yeah, get on the
Yeah,
goddamn
if you don't
Discord.
have the invite, just
But you
email
know
us
that
or something.
Delbot?
Yeah.
Oh, that Delbot. I was speaking to him on
Yeah.
the Discord. right?
Okay.
And he said, like I said, you need to send a fucking email, right? We'd already had it out the week before.
Yeah.
So I was like, he'll definitely send one this week because, I've given him a bit of shit, right?
Yeah.
He'd fucking get his arse into gear and
Yeah,
send us a
yeah,
frigging
yeah.
email. And he fucking didn't. Again, 2 weeks running now.
What a
Yeah.
schmuck.
Oh,
well,
what a
well.
schmuck.
This is what we do. We
I feel like I'm going to
we
kick him
sh-
off the Discord. 'Cause
No,
I tell you
we
what, no, honestly, I'm
won't.
telling you now, right?
Well, you're in luck, Delbot,
Oh.
because Stu doesn't know how to do that, so
No, I
you'll be
don't.
absolutely fine. So you'll be fine. But we talk
I'll
about
have
all
to
sorts of
speak to
stuff. We talk
SLA,
about
to ban him.
Duke and Stu and Susan and Delbot have been talking about music and bullshit in the
Yeah,
music
we got a lot-
section.
we got room for everybody with every
Well,
interest on that Discord.
Send us a goddamn email.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
it's not.
yeah,
They can
he'll
just
get to it.
write
Why
a
not?
Discord. Stu posted a picture. Oh no, Fletch posted a picture on the Discord of Stu playing board games with Lewis.
Yeah, we played
at
nerdy
the
board
bloody
games.
night. I should have put that picture up on the thing.
You could have
Uh,
done. That's not
yeah.
copyrighted.
Yeah, that's you looking
That's
very
act-
bored.
I was looking. No, I was concentrating.
And Lewis looks also bored.
We were
Um,
concentrating.
Yes, so, join the Discord, Veteran Gamers, look for the logo, bam. And who else has been posting stuff? Mr. Hero has been posting, he's been to some
His
Comic-Con.
shoes. He's posted his shoes,
He's
apparently.
which they have wheels on them. They have wheels,
Wheels
on them.
on his shoes.
Ooh,
Yeah, where did he
wheelies.
go? The Philadelphia Comic-Con. So, it's
okay.
always sunny in Philadelphia Comic-Con.
It is always sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So there you go. On that note, we need to do some shout outs and get the hell out
Let's
of
get the
here.
Yeah, it's
off.
time
Get
for
the
some
fuckity fuck out of here.
shout-outs.
So,
It's time for a shout out. Hey!
Hey,
Hey.
hey.
So I'm going to start, right? Because I'm going to give a week early shout out. I like this. To Delbot for sending an email.
Yeah, thanks,
finally.
Delbot. Great
No,
email.
cheers,
Thanks,
Delbot.
Delbot.
You
Thanks for
didn't
sending that
have to
email.
attach those pictures, though. Very graphic.
Yeah, we
They
didn't
were
want to see
sexy.
that.
I liked them.
We didn't want to see that.
Very
Yeah.
graphic.
So there you go. Early shout out to Delbot because I'm sure next week he'll send us an email. We'll see. Chinny, over to you.
Well, Stu, happy birthday for next week.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
So shout out to yourself for
Yeah, I
making
can't wait to get my present through the post, Chinny.
This is awkward. I got you one last year. It
Happy
was-
birthday, Stu.
Last
Oh,
year
I'm
was
so excited.
you was 50 last year. That was a bigger deal. 51.
I know.
No one cares about
And
51, Stu.
I'm excited that I'm going to get it on my actual birthday this year. So, I can't wait.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen either, Stu.
What do you mean?
Because you're 51 and no one cares about 51. So
Oh, kidding, right?
sorry, I've got you nothing.
Damn it.
What can you do? But happy birthday anyway.
Oh, thank you.
So yes, that. That's it really. I suppose.
Is that it?
Yeah, I don't have much. Tara update. Tara's doing well.
Good.
So shout out to Tara. She's still pregnant.
Yay.
She's
yeah, that's good.
she's we're about halfway now on the pregnancy.
Halfway.
We've started to think we should buy stuff because
yeah, that is a thing. At
babies
some point.
need things. I think
Need lots of shit.
Well,
You'll
a
have
weak
more
baby
shit than you ever believed you
so
could
we
have.
went. It was such a nice day today. I don't know if you noticed, Steve. It was such a lovely.
It was a lovely
today.
day. I was working, so I just saw it through
we
the window.
we popped to the pub and sat in the beer garden and made a list of stuff, and I was like, this list is kind of long. We should buy this stuff soon. But I'm not going to do anything before Vegas because what's the point?
No, and like some rallies will buy you stuff as well.
So what
you
we've
gotta wait
done,
for it.
Stu, is we've made a list and we're going to send that list to the relatives and go buy this stuff.
Buy this
and
shit
on that
for
list we put Tara
Ram.
needs
Get it bought.
Tara
Car
needs
seat.
Tara needs a new car and somebody buy her that.
Wow,
Tara
that's
needs
a bit
a-
much.
Yeah. Well, she did a boot in a.
Gaming
She has
PC
an Audi A1. Tara does. It's a tiny boot. It's a tiny boot.
Yeah, it's not gonna cut it, man.
It's not gonna cut it. So
It's not gonna cut
She-
it
I
now
think-
when you have a
Kid's
when you have a
barely gonna
baby.
fit in that tiny boot.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. I feel bad putting them in, to be honest. So yeah, there we go. Shout out to Tara. She's doing
Although
great.
to be fair, if you do have a tiny boot, the baby doesn't roll around as much.
Correct. Oh, you
Yeah,
padding.
You don't want
Padding.
to hurt his ribs though.
So
Yeah.
there are in our family now. There are babies coming everywhere, thick and fast. Honestly,
Yeah.
Tara's cousin is ready to drop a baby, and they've already had a baby about 2 years ago.
Wow.
Simeon has a baby. You know Simeon, Stu?
Goodness.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a very cute baby.
Very
'cause
cute
Simeon-
baby. Very, very
Yeah.
cute baby. They've got another one on the way as well.
Simeon's hilarious. He's the
they-
funniest person I've ever met.
Yeah, they've got another one coming, and yeah, it's just babies everywhere, all over the place. Just we got to get confused of whose baby's who. I think at some point.
I know. It's
Yeah.
going to be like a
All
baby
these babies.
fest.
Hey, is this your baby or
Baby
mine?
fest.
I don't know.
Remember.
I'm hoping I have a boy baby. Therefore, I will be the only one with a boy baby. That's the only reason I want a boy, because all the other ones are girls.
And
So
then Tara will want a girl so she can dress it up.
no, I think Tara wants a boy. Tara wants a
Ah,
boy.
Dress a boy up.
interesting.
Yeah, she wants a
Well,
boy.
you'll only find out when it comes out.
Well, I don't really care, but
Even
like
then.
you know,
No, that we were the same. It's great. It's great. It's such a surprise. Well, it is a surprise because you're like, what is it?
yeah. What is it?
What
it's
is
a,
it?
It's a human.
Hey.
Yes, it's all very exciting. Every time I think of it, I get very excited. I have
There
to
you
say.
go.
Yeah.
So I never get nervous. I never go, oh shit, baby's coming. I always go, oh, this is gonna be great. So fun.
You'll not be
stuff.
saying that when you're tired. You'll be
I
like, "Oh,
know, I know, but I'm always fucking tired anyway. So
shit." Yeah, true. Duke, over to you.
Yeah, so shout out to everybody listening. We love you for being in touch. Shout out to Chopper Kelly for the Ren video on Discord. I thought it was very good. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Shout out to Tainted Brain for sending us the audio recording. We'd love to know what life is like in Japan. Is this your first time being there? How are they receptive
you
to
do?
you? Have you
What
played
do you-
any Go?
what are you
do?
doing?
teaching
Yeah,
English?
do people laugh
Well, he
at
was
your
saying he was
accent?
looking for a job, didn't he? Because he had to.
Ah.
He
Yeah,
was
I
asking
think
for help
so.
with his CV, if you remember rightly.
Yeah, but maybe he's been accepted for a job. Maybe
Yeah,
he just
maybe he
walks in
has.
and goes, "Look, I'm Irish, so just give me a fucking job." No.
Give
So-
me a job. Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Wow.
Shout out to the Duchess because she's making tacos tonight. Yum. And shout out to my students because I'm not grading papers today. Sorry. I've just, whatever. They'll get done at some point.
Who
Shout out
knows?
to Jacinta because it's 1 week when she didn't get a speak pipe in.
I know.
Yeah,
That's
well,
okay.
we'll hope you're okay.
Yeah,
That's the
everything's
most
okay, we
important
hope. Shout out to everybody who played Redfall with us and everyone who is going to play Ravenlock or whatever it's called.
thing. Grechen.
Yeah. And shout out to, I don't know, this cup of water.
There you go. I think we're done.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I think that's
Thanks
it.
for listening, everybody.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
All right, show's over. No refunds. You heard the robot. Get out.
Bye.
Sex noises. Bitcoin ain't nothing but soda beans on the cookie. Worst podcast ever.
Right, guys, I've got to go because I've got to get to bed. So I will leave you
Yeah.
both to it. Thank you very much, and I will speak
All
to you both next
right.
week. See you
Thank
later.
you. Peace
Bye.
out, fam.